Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center, Rita's Tacos, Indiana Home Pro, and Lawyers Paint and Home. Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
Sports are winding down, as is the month of October, and a rivalry is rekindled in the opening round of Sectional tonight. Good evening, and thank you for joining our high school football broadcast as part of the IHSAA Football State Tournament, the 53rd edition, here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO96.9.com, on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, and on your Alexa. We also welcome you to our Davis Crushstone pregame show, alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds that are coming from whichever device you're listening from tonight. Here is the Corydon Central Panthers with a 3-6 record, back for a second meeting with the North Harrison Cougars, who also enter tonight at 3-6. In the first round of Sectional 31 and Class 3A here at Cougar Field on the campus of North Harrison High School here in the town of Ramsey. Corydon Central, of course, coming into this contest ready to try to make history tonight in multiple ways. Only have won one sectional game since the 2016 season. The Panthers got a sectional win at the end of the 2022 season over Scottsburg at home before falling to Southridge in the semifinals. And the Panthers are looking to do something they have never done before, which is beat North Harrison in the postseason. The Cougars have won all 5 meetings prior to tonight's sectional matchup against the Panthers all time, having won those matchups in 1995, 1999, as well as 2005, 2017, and last year down in Corydon in 2024, where the Cougars won 30-7 en route to the program's first ever sectional championship. Last week, the Panthers closed out the regular season on a high note, winning 21-6 at trailing 21-6 at Silver Creek in the third quarter. But the Panthers went on a run, scoring 26 unanswered points. A safety sparked the Panthers in the third quarter. They were able to tack on another touchdown to cut the lead down going into that fourth quarter at 21-14, and scored 18 points in the fourth quarter, with Jackson Like's pick 6 closing out the scoring in the final seconds as Cameron Black was able to drive Silver Creek down to the Corydon 14-yard line. A penalty on a roughing the passer forced the Dragons half the distance to the goal down to the Corydon Central 7-yard line. And from there, Likes was able to get a pick that he took all the way down to the other end of the field for a 100-yard return. Dane Nyman was able to find JoJo McCarty for a touchdown pass, and he got the winning touchdown with 48 seconds to go. They gave the Panthers a 26-21 lead. And so this Corydon team feeling good about themselves coming into tonight's contest. Dane Nyman has done a great job stepping in for the injured Bobby Sharp at quarterback. Dane has completed 66% of his passes on the season for 588 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He's also added 265 rushing yards, averaging 4.6 yards a carry with 6 touchdowns. Junior running back Kyler Vest continues to be the leading rusher for the Panthers on the season, 374 yards, averaging 4.2 yards a carry with 1 touchdown. Matthew Wolf has also contributed in the backfield, 252 yards, averaging 5.4 a carry with 2 touchdowns. JoJo McCarty has been the leader in receiving yardage this year for the Panthers, or actually second on the team in receiving yardage, I should say. 392 yards receiving, 12 yards a catch with 3 touchdowns. Jackson Likes 298 yards receiving with 10.3 yards per catch and 2 touchdowns. But Jack Fessel has been the leader for the Panthers all year in the receiving for this Corydon team. 555 yards, averaging 24 yards per catch with 6 touchdowns on the year. Fessel has had a really good senior campaign leading this Corydon offense. On the defensive side, Wolf from his linebacker spot, 92 tackles, 35 solo, 5 tackles for loss with 1 sack, 1 interception, 1 fumble caused, and 1 fumble recovery as well. While junior linebacker Mason Pedigo has just gotten better and better throughout the season. He has 70 tackles, 7 tackles for loss with 3 sacks on the year. As this Corydon defense has continued to improve throughout the year, it's been a little up and down at times for the Panthers on that side of the ball, but they've certainly been a more formidable defense overall than they were a year ago. This North Harrison team competed well in a tough loss at Class A number 4 Providence last week, falling to the Pioneers 28-20. Bryce Fessel ran for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns. Garrett Tucker caught both of the pass attempts from Caden Hain for 23 yards. Providence started 5 of their 7 drives in North Harrison territory because of special teams issues that the Cougars experienced last week, including a partially blocked punt, as well as a punt that kind of went sideways for the Cougars, resulting in a loss of yardage and a turnover on downs to the Pioneers. And then a couple of long kick returns helped Providence get into Cougar territory as well. But North Harrison played well offensively and defensively in that game against the Pioneers. But as always, the third phase of the game tends to be a difference maker in these situations. Caden Hain has completed 60% of his passes on the year for 373 yards with 1 touchdown pass and 5 interceptions. Hain is also second on the team in rushing with 464 yards, and he's averaging 6 yards a carry with 15 touchdowns. Bryce Fessel, one of the top rushers anywhere in the area with 1,570 yards, averaging 6.8 yards per carry with 16 rushing touchdowns. He also has the 1 receiving touchdown as well. Junior fullback Cooper Clooney has 257 yards, averaging 4 yards a carry on the season. And Dawson Sen has been the leading receiver with 158 receiving yards, averaging 19.8 yards per catch. Fessel is the leader defensively with 81 tackles, 1 interception, 3 passes defended, and 1 fumble caused. Clooney has racked up 71 tackles with 1 fumble recovery, and senior defensive end Nicholas Kraft has 39 tackles on the year for North Harrison. The last time these two teams met was back on September 5th. Corydon got out of here with a close win to take back the Big Cat Classic trophy for the first time in 11 years, and also snapped a 12-game overall losing streak to the Cougars as well. The Panthers looking to begin a streak of their own against their county and conference rival tonight here on the road, and again looking to get their first ever win in postseason play against the North Harrison Cougars. Had the chance to talk to both head coaches before tonight's sectional opener. I talked with Corydon Central head coach Luke Keller about the comeback win at Silver Creek, getting ready for sectional, and his thoughts on the Cougars. I talked with North Harrison head coach Gary Fessel about the loss at Providence, what the team has addressed this week, and his thoughts on the Panthers. You can hear the interview starting after this commercial break. Here from Cougar Field in Ramsey, this is the Davis Crush Stone pregame show. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone in DePaul at 812-347-2707. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
We continue along with our Davis Crush Stone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO. It is Corydon Central and North Harrison in the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 31. And joining us now is head coach Luke Keller of the Panthers as they get ready for the rematch with the Cougars. And we'll get to that matchup here in just a few moments. Coach, last time we got to see you all in person a couple of weeks ago with Madison on senior night, and a tough night for the team, especially after a stalemate there in the first quarter. Madison got on a run, ended up taking a 28-10 lead at halftime, and
it just seemed like from then on, Coach, it was just really hard for the team to get the momentum needed to get back into it.
Yeah, we came out pretty flat in that game. That was fall break week, and it was just a off week for us. Shouldn't be, senior night. We should always be fired up to play, but just an off week for us. And then you give a team like Madison, who at that time was winless, you give them a little bit of life, and they're going to feel a little bit of momentum and get that excitement going on their sideline. So that's kind of was our ultimate downfall. Just that lack of energy, that lack of enthusiasm for the game, and I think since then we've kind of corrected that, whether it be at practice or whether it be at the game last week at Silver Creek. We've kind of corrected some of those issues with the guys about being excited. You only get to play so many games of football. Like, for example, tonight might be the last game, or it is the last game of the season for either us or North. So you gotta just be able to play and get excited and be willing to do all the work that you can to win and keep playing for next week.
Well, of course, Silver Creek last week in conference play, and the Dragons were a team that feeling pretty confident coming in, even after the Brownstown game the week before, but you guys got on the board first in this game, and then they kind of hit you with a couple of big pass plays there in that second quarter. But, Coach, you were definitely in the running going into halftime, even with those big plays. Yeah,
it was just kind of two blown coverages one blown coverage, and then we had a player slip, and, that just kind of gave up the 80-yard touchdown. So one blown coverage, one slip. I mean, we had the initial route covered. It was Jackson Likes. He had the initial route covered, and then the quarterback scrambled, and Silver Creek, to their credit, they did a good job on the scramble drill. The receiver took off, and Jackson got his feet tangled up and went down, and that we were in a man coverage situation, and they went for an 80-yard touchdown. But after that, the boys came back with a lot of fire and ready to go. We gave up another score to go down 21-6, but after that, the boys kind of said, "Hey, we're not going to let this happen. Let's go and let's do it." We got stopped inside the 1-yard line, and then got a safety on the very next play. Took the next drive down to make it 21-14, and then we just kept grinding a little bit, chipping away a little bit at a time, and that's really what was the difference. Is just keep grinding, keep chipping away at it.
Well, it was good to see Dane Nyman have a good night through the air. He was able to find JoJo McCarty for a 5-yard touchdown pass, and then he's able to come back on the next offensive possession and get him from 6 yards out to give you guys the lead. Silver Creek got it to your 14-yard line, had a personal foul penalty that got them half the distance, but then Jackson Likes able to pick it off and take it the other way to cap it off. And, Coach, what a way to cap off the night with that pick six from 100 yards out.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, because on the play before that, Jackson had intercepted that pass as well. But like you said, we had a roughing the passer call, and so we got to play one more down, and it was pretty well one of those long 40 seconds. Like, oh my gosh, can't believe that drive was only 40 seconds just because of all the stuff that happened in that drive. But the boys they just bowed their back, and they just said, we're not going to let them score. And so everything that we did, the defense played really, really well of not letting them score. The DBs stepped up when they needed to. The D-line kept the quarterback in the pocket when we needed to. We had a couple of big sacks, so there was a lot of good that happened. I know they drove the ball down. They were at our 8-yard line or 7-yard line, something like that. But, the defense did its job when it needed to and kept them out of the end zone. And then Jackson just picked off the pass, and there was no one in his way, so he just took it all the way to the house.
Well, a great way to cap off the regular season, getting a win, Coach, and for the team now kind of got a little bit of confidence going into the postseason as well. And also your JV team concluded their season as well not too long ago, Coach. So how did the JV team do this season as far as their growth went?
They grew quite a bit. I mean, we ended with Silver Creek just like the varsity, and they gave us a good thumping on Monday night. But we had a lot of freshmen playing in those positions. You had freshman linemen, you had freshman quarterback, freshman running back. So you had freshmen all over the field playing against some sophomores and juniors. So there was a lot of growth that happened. Pretty excited about some of the things that we have, some of the guys we have coming up. Obviously, after this season's over, we lose a very good senior class. But we got some good guys coming in to make their own names for themselves, not necessarily take anyone's place, but make their own names for themselves.
Yeah, no question. And so now you turn your attention to North Harrison in the first round of sectional. The first meeting was really good. It came down to the end, but you guys were able to hang on the road. But both teams, of course, are a little different now because of injuries on both sides. So in looking at this North Harrison team coming in, what stands out to you about them from week 3 to now?
I mean, they are North Harrison, so they are going to run the ball. They're going to be physical. They're going to get off the ball pretty well. I know the last couple of years they've hit us with a couple of trick plays, so you always have to be ready, be wary of any type of trick play like that. But I mean, just watching the film, it's 22. It's Bryce Cecil going to be getting the ball and going to be doing the majority of the heavy lifting for them on offense. And on defense, you got Taylor receiver, but you also have Taylor receiver playing defensive line, and then behind him is Bryce Cecil again. So we got to make sure on both sides of the ball we know where Bryce is, and we're doing a good job of getting to him. Whether we're hitting him when he's carrying the ball and multiple guys there, or on the offensive side, making sure someone's getting a helmet on him to block him. So that's the big thing that we see on film. We know that he's a really good player. We know that they've got a really good team. Not trying to take anything away from anyone else, but Bryce has been their guy for a really long time, and so he's going to be the guy that we've going to have to kind of key on a little bit.
Well, and as far as the Panthers go, in terms of availability, getting ready for the sectional, everybody available, ready to go for this first-round matchup?
No one else got hurt this past week, so yes, we are good to go.
Sounds good. Coach Keller, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Panthers have a good game at North Harrison in the first round of sectional.
Thank you very much.
All right, Luke Keller, Corydon Central head coach, joining us here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the interview with Coach Fessel coming up next. You're listening to Corydon Central Panthers football in the first round of sectional 31 here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Prosser Hall of Fame celebrates alumni who turn their career into a lifelong legacy. Being a Prosser graduate isn't about achievement, it's a way of life. Here's alumni Max Spainhour.
It's big in my heart because you get to affect so many people's lives. We have blossomed in that 12 years that I was here to where we have 27 police officers in over 6 states, over 20 at any given time, 25 in the corrections locally, close to 100 in the military. What makes me proud to say I'm from Prosser is that the accomplishments that Prosser does.
Visit prosseralumni.org.
We keep rolling along with our Davis Crushstone pregame show right here on 96.9 WKLO. It's the first round of Sectional 31 in Class 3A. The North Harrison Cougars getting set to face county and conference rival Corydon Central in the first round, and we'll get to that matchup here in just a few moments with North Harrison head coach Gary Fessel. The Cougars coming into the Sectional 3 and 6. We'll talk about the matchup here momentarily. But, Gary, going back to last week at Providence, it was kind of that vintage chop wood opening drive for you guys, going 18 plays, 77 yards. Bryce gets the 1-yard touchdown and had a really nice 2-point conversion pass from Caden to Cooper to make it 8-0 early. So you guys get off to a really good start on the road in what is usually a pretty tough place to play there.
Yeah, and we started off good, and that's been a big focus for us. Coming out and setting our tone, how we're going to play, and I thought they did a great job with it.
Well, Providence got great field position on the next drive, but you guys were able to bow up and force a turnover on downs at the 3-yard line, and then you guys had to work your way out of the shadow of the end zone, and Providence got good field because of a partially blocked punt. They took advantage and scored and then countered with the 2-point conversion, but you guys were still in pretty good shape, even though Providence had tied it midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, we had some issues with our kicking game, and that unfortunately gave them great field position the rest of the night for the most part. And defense had to work with a short field, so that kind of gave it to them at that point.
Well, of course, the Pioneers forced you guys into a 3-and-out later, and the drive just didn't go well, and the punt didn't go well either, a loss of 2 yards, and they scored very next play, and then you guys got to the end of the half. But, Gary, considering the way things went with Providence stealing the momentum, you guys were only down a touchdown at halftime.
Yeah, we were still good to go in at halftime, and we came out and still responded, still played, did a great job. Had another 12-play drive for 75 yards, and we kept playing, which is what I like about our team.
Well, and you guys were able to hold them to 2 Jackson Ravel field goals, and we're still only down 7 going into the fourth quarter, but unfortunately Providence got a couple of big chunk plays, and it set up a 12-yard touchdown pass that they got, but you guys marched your way down, 11 plays, 77 yards. Bryce gets in again. 2-point conversion unsuccessful, and then you had the onside kick, and it looked like it was kind of one of those things that could go either way with the onside, but Providence ended up getting it and running out the clock there at the end. Yeah,
that's always a toss-up on the onside, and that's what it is, really. And you never know with those. So we still had a fighting chance, and we played till the end.
And obviously it wasn't just the punts that kind of went sideways, but also kick return coverage really kind of went sideways at times too. Providence was able to get some long kick returns and were able to get themselves set up in your guys' territory to get their offense in a good spot too.
Absolutely. We were working with the short field most of the night. And that was kind of a focus this week on getting our kicking game where it needs to be in certain aspects. So I had to do some certain things, and everybody understands what we're doing, and we're ready to go.
Well, and a few penalties last week, Gary, and of course that's something that's kind of come and gone throughout the year, but for the most part, the guys have done a pretty good job cleaning up the penalties as the year has gone along.
Yeah. They're playing pretty clean right now, doing a good job. And, once we pointed out to them on film, they finally see it, and they're like, oh, you're not just saying stuff in practice. They're finally understanding what and why we do things we do in practice. So finally getting it through their heads a little bit.
Yeah, and of course you guys have had a JV team this year. A lot of young guys gotten a chance to play on Saturdays and Mondays as well. So how did you think that group developed throughout the course of the season for you guys?
Great improvement starting from the beginning of the year to where they finished up. I'm super proud of them. I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do in the future.
No doubt. Well, and of course, you guys now coming into this season, of course, it's a different year. You guys were the sectional champions a year ago, so you kind of have that title of defending sectional champs. But what have you seen from this group as far as their focus getting ready for the postseason starting this week?
This week, it's been a great week of practice. Last couple weeks has been great. Been locked in and focused. Couldn't ask for better practices all 4 days. So I like the way we're heading, and I like how their mental focus has been. Locked in and ready to go.
Well, of course, you start with county and conference rival Corydon Central at home this week. You guys got them at home, of course, back in week 3. Corydon escaped with that 32-29 win, and first time in a while the Cougars had felt the losing side of the rivalry. So when you look at Corydon coming into this game, of course, they're a little different looking team with injuries coming in. So what stands out to you about the Panthers entering this week?
They've established their run game against us that first week 3. And, overall, I look at how our team has played and where we've improved drastically in a lot of areas. And I like how we're playing. And, looking at Corydon, they've got, athletic skill guys on the outside, receiver with Fessel and McCarty. And so I like how we're doing. But we still got to play the game, and we got to play 48 minutes of football.
No doubt. Well, and there's also a huge change as well with the quarterback position because Bobby Sharp got hurt in the Charlestown game 3 weeks ago, so now Dane Nyman is in control of the offense. Any significant differences you're seeing with what the Panthers are doing offensively with Dane Nyman at quarterback?
He scrambles a little bit more. Still looks about pretty similar to what Bobby Sharp is doing.
Yeah, as far as the Cougars go coming into this week, everybody available and ready to go for the team to start sectional?
Everybody's ready to go. Locked in and ready.
All right, sounds good. Gary, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Cougars have a good game with Corydon Central to open up sectional play.
All right, thanks, David.
Gary Fessel joining us here, North Harrison head coach in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay tuned. We've got the starting lineups coming up next. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
You've been dreaming of that perfect outdoor space, a place to relax, entertain, and enjoy the seasons. Isn't it time to make it happen? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, they create stunning decks, patios, covered porches, and pergolas designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Jason and Carla bring professional, personalized service to homes across Southern Indiana with results you'll love for years to come. Stop by their location on South Capitol Avenue or give them a call today. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, your local source for every project.
Come and see our mom and dad.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
Well, let's meet at least part of the starting lineup between these two teams tonight. Corydon Central at 3-6, North Harrison at 3-6, and here's what the Panther offense will look like tonight to start. At left tackle, it'll be Andrew Jennings, 6'2", 240 and a senior. The left guard, Carson Crail, 6 foot, 240 and a junior. The center, Tristan White, 5'11", 250 and a junior. The right guard, Max Waite, 6 foot, 205 and a junior. And the right tackle, Dante Chavez at 6'2", 265 and a junior. The starting tight end, JoJo McCarty, 6'1", 185 and a junior. Wide receivers, Jack Fessel, 6'3", 180 and a senior, and Jackson Likes, 6'1", 160 and a senior. The starting fullback, Jeremy Coverdale, 5'10", 215 and a sophomore. Kyler Vest, 5'10", 175 and a junior at running back. And then the quarterback will be Dane Nyman, 5'10", 160 and a senior. For North Harrison defensively, Nicholas Kraft and Colin Denton will be the defensive ends. Kraft is 6'2", 170 and a junior. Colin Denton, 6'3", 210 and a senior. The nose tackle, Braylon Goris, 5'10", 240 and a senior. Defensive tackle, Taylor Receiver, 6'5", 305 and a senior. The linebackers on the strong side, it'll be Cooper Clooney, 5'8", 160 and a junior. The weak side linebacker, Aiden Childers, 5'8", 160 and a senior. The Mike linebacker, Bryce Fessel, 5'11", 175 and a senior. The cornerbacks will be Landon Banks at 6 foot, 195 and a junior. The other corner will be Dawson Sen to start tonight, 6 foot, 175 and a senior. The strong safety, Logan Denton, 5'11", 150 and a sophomore. The free safety is Caden Haynes, 6 foot, 185 and a senior. For the Cougars up front on offense, left tackle Taylor Receiver, left guard Brody Combs, 5'11", 220 and a sophomore. Aiden Dennison will be the starting center, 5'10", 270 and a senior. Braylon Goris at right guard and Rylan Shank at 6'2", 200 pounds and a senior at right tackle. The tight end will be Garrett Tucker, 6'2", 210 and a sophomore. Dawson Sen will be the starting Z receiver. The starter at the king back will be Colin Denton. The starting fullback, Cooper Clooney. Bryce Fessel, the starting running back, and Caden Hayne, the starter at quarterback for the Cougars. Their head coach is Gary Fessel. He's in his first year with the Cougars. They are 3-6 on the season. And for Corydon Central, it's Luke Keller in his third year. The Panthers record with Coach Keller, 6-23. Panthers are in the road white jerseys, black letters and numbers trimmed in the old gold. Panthers across the front of the uniform above the number as Dallin Heyman kicks it off near side. Dawson Sen picks it up at the 13-yard line, runs it up the seam, gets up to the 35, and gets tackled right across there around the 37-yard line as Jackson Likes brought him down. The Panthers also have the black pants with the old gold stripe on both sides. Panthers in black writing on inside the stripe. They also have the old gold helmet. The white stripe flanked by two black stripes and the Black Panther head logo on both sides. The Cougars in the home blue uniforms, double white stripes over the shoulders, white letters and numbers. They also have the white pants, double blue stripes on both sides with the white helmet, jersey number in blue on both sides, and the blue stripe down the middle. The Cougars are going from left to right or from east to west here in the first quarter. Under center goes Caden Hain, hands it off to Bryce Fessel. He gets popped once he hits the hole at the 40-yard line. And he'll go down there as the Panthers sent a wave of tacklers after him that time. And Jack Fessel coming out of the pile there, ball resting just across the 40. We'll call it the 41-yard line. It's a 4-yard run for Bryce Fessel, and it will be a 2nd down and 6 coming up here for the Cougars. Corydon's defensive line will be Dante Chavez, Zaven Kalis at 6'1", 270 and a junior. Defensive ends, nose tackle Jonathan Lynch at 6'2", 225 and a junior. Hain on the quarterback keeper up the middle, leans forward. He's not going to get a lot of yardage on this carry. Panthers going from right to left or from west to east here in the first quarter. This will be a 2-yard carry coming up here for Caden. 2nd on the team in rushing yardage this year. And that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up here. Linebackers will be Dane Nyman and Caleb Walden on the outside. Walden is 6'1", 175 and a junior. Inside linebackers, Mason Pedigo, 5'11", 185 and a junior, and Caden Coons, 5'4", 135, and he is a freshman. 10.5 minutes to go first quarter. Dawson Sen will get in closer. It'll be a bunch formation to the near side as the Cougars go under center with Hain. Hands it off to Fessel. Bryce finds a hole near side, gets up to the 48. He should have enough yardage for the 1st down. He's able to pick up 5 on that carry, running up the hash mark a little bit there, and that will be the first conversion for a 1st down for either team tonight. And rounding out the rest of the lineup for Corydon in the secondary, Jack Fessel and Jackson Likes will be the cornerbacks. The free safety is Matthew Wolf at 6'1", 200 and a senior. The strong safety is JoJo McCarty to start off tonight for the Panthers. Hain will go under center. They'll go back to the bunch formation to the near side again. A little bit of a different look for the Cougars. Hand off again to Bryce. Gets to the outside into Panther territory up to the 47. Jackson Likes making the tackle right in front of the North Harrison sideline. As Bryce was running to the near side, he'll get to the 47 of the Panthers, 5 yards on the carry for the senior running back and the leading rusher in the Mid-Southern Conference as it's 2nd and 5 coming up for the Cougars. Being a little bit of a different look from North Harrison with this bunch receiver set. Now Sen, the lone receiver, split out to the near side. I formation, handoff to the up back Clooney. He got hit as soon as he got across the line. There were a bunch of Panther defenders there, including Zaven Kalis in there. And that was just a short gain on the play for this North Harrison offense. Actually gets 2, does Clooney. I'm amazed he actually got that many yards.
It didn't look like he got maybe a yard if he got that, but that's good he got 2.
2's better than 1.
Yeah.
You're running this offense. So back to the I formation again. Denton, the king back in the backfield behind the right side. Fessel gets the carry, and it looks like he should have enough for a 1st down as Wolf, McCarty, and Likes were over there to make the stop for the Panthers. It's a 4-yard carry on 3rd down and 3, and it will be a 2nd conversion for a 1st down for this North Harrison offense. Nicely done there for Bryce. That's the 2nd 1st down. Offensive line doing a good job blocking. They've been running him off tackle a lot more tonight, and that's kind of shaking things up a little bit here. Sen will be lined up to the far side or to the left of the formation. Back to the I again. Hand off to Fessel. Pops his way through the middle this time. Mason Pedigo drags him down at the 34-yard line. And the Cougars able to get some serious yardage there. That'll be a 7-yard tote for Bryce Fessel. Second down and 3 coming up here as Pettigo, who is now second on the team in tackles and has been playing well the second half of the year for the Panthers. We've said his name a lot more over the course of the last few weeks. Panthers will move their defensive line around, and they are jumpy. That is going to be a penalty on Corydon, and they're going to give up a free first down to the Cougars. It should move the ball to the 29 of Corydon Central, the ball resting in the middle of the field, and the encroachment penalty will give North Harrison a first down as they get deeper into Panther territory. Already taken off 3 minutes, 56 seconds here in the first quarter. 8:04 to go in this opening stanza. Sectional 31, the first-round matchup, and the sixth time ever these two teams have met in postseason football. North Harrison leads the all-time series in the postseason 5-0. Snap to Hain, handoff to Fessel, fights off one tackle, can't fight off the rest of them, though. Caleb Walden got in there, amongst other Panthers, as well as Caden Coons, the young linebacker, getting in there as well. It'll just be a short gain of, looks like, a yard on the play. Second down and 9 coming up here for this Cougar offense.
Bryce is doing a good job whenever he's running to the right tonight. For some reason, he's getting a lot of yardage coming to the right.
Right side of the line, a little bit bigger. Receiver's been flipped over there on the front side. Here's the snap, pitch back to Bryce, gets to the outside this time across the 20. He's in the red zone, and he's going to have a big gain here, but a flag is down on the far side of the field. There may be a penalty coming up here against the Cougar offense. We'll see what the decision is here. Might have been a little too good to be true. Either that or it could be a face mask on the Panthers, but we'll see. Caden Hain walking back to the North Harrison side to get the next play call in. It will be a hold on the Cougars. So it was too good to be true, as it turned out, for this offense. Would have gotten them to the 16-yard line. It would have been a really nice gain of about 12, but as is, the penalty pushes the Cougars back. It'll be a 10-yard penalty on the hold, push the Cougars back to the 34 of the Corydon Central Panthers, and it'll be a second down and 15 coming up here for this North Harrison offense as they get behind the chains for the first time tonight. Dawson Sen will be split out to the near side this time, or to the right as the receiver. They'll go to the King package. Lead blockers behind the right side of the line. The snap, handoff to Bryce. He gets to the outside off tackle across the 25, gets inside the 20, gets pushed out of bounds. Jackson Lights gets him there on the doorstep of the red zone. It's going to be a really nice run for Bryce, and that should put them close to the first down. They'll be a yard short. It's a 14-yard carry for the senior tailback for North Harrison. And that will bring up now instead of second down and 15 or a possible third and long, it's now 3rd and 1 after that Fessel carry.
Something about that side, he's really getting the yardage on tonight. I said that a while ago, and he got called back going to the left, but this right side is working real well for him.
Under center goes Hain, hands it off right to Bryce. Guess where he's going? Right again, and this time first down yardage inside the 15. He gets spun down. Caleb Walden and Mason Pettigo get there to make the stop for the Panther defense. He also have Dane Nyman coming out of the bottom of the pile as well. It'll be a 6-yard run for Fessel on the 10th play of the drive, and it will make it a first down again for this North Harrison offense. 4th first down of the drive. 6.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. We're still scoreless. North Harrison still has the first possession of the contest. Go back to the split backfield. Here's Hain right up the middle on the quarterback draw. He's able to burrow his way up across the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. And this will be a pretty good carry here for Caden. Halfway through the first quarter, a couple of Panthers, Tristan White among them, coming out of the bottom of the pile from that nose tackle position. Hain ends up getting 6 on that carry, and that will now make it second down and 4 as the Cougars march it down to the 8-yard line of the Panthers. Ball resting on the near hash mark. Sen will split out to the far side this time, or to the left of the formation. They'll go back to that same look as before, so it's probably going to be Hain, although this time he turns around, hands it to Fessel. Bryce pops through and gets through a broken tackle for a touchdown on the running toward the right hash mark. just outside of it, and Fessel, his 17th rushing touchdown of the year. This one an 8-yard gallop into the end zone, and the Cougars are on the board first after a 12-play, 63-yard drive that gives them on the board first here in this sectional matchup.
That was a nice play.
Proven he can be a little slippery from time to time. 6 minutes and 26 seconds, not as long as last week's opening drive at 10 minutes and 25 seconds. Fessel is the holder. The kicker for the Cougars is going to be, we're going to try out Carson Fulton as the kicker. The snap is there. Braylon Goris was warming up as the long snapper before. Actually, it's Nicholas Kraft who kicks the PAT, and Kraft buries it. Knocks it right between the uprights and good. So Nicholas Kraft getting the extra point for the North Harrison Cougars. They're up 7-0, 5:34 to go. First quarter of play on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Well, it is going to be a kickoff coming up here for the Cougars. Nicholas Kraft stepping up and handling the kicking tonight, 6'2", 170 for this North Harrison team. He is a junior for this North Harrison squad. So Kraft looked good on that extra point. He's going to try the dribbler kick up the middle. The Panthers land on it quickly, though, right around the 43-yard line. And landing on the kick there is Landon James for the Panthers. He is a junior, 5'11", 170. Panthers are going to get good field position out of this. They will start it at their own 43-yard line, their first drive of the night on first down and 10. And so we'll see if the Panthers have a response. It seemed like there in the first half, once the scoring started, we saw a lot of trading scores the first time around. Wouldn't be shocked to see that again tonight.
Oh, it's pretty likely the way things are looking right now.
Panthers will go to the shotgun. Dane Nyman, he takes the snap. It'll be a designed run to the right. He's across the 50 immediately and gets taken down at the 45. Cooper Clooney making a good open field tackle, but Dane Nyman did the damage. 13 yards on the carry, first down into Cougar territory.
Real nice run.
He is so quick. If he gets a burst of speed and gets that downhill momentum, Dane can certainly do some damage tonight. And he's been throwing well, too, completing 66% of his passes in Bobby Sharp's absence. So at the quarterback position, it's been handled well.
Yeah.
Empty formation, 4 receivers out to the near side. Nyman going to run right up the middle. Nobody there, and he gets deep into Cougar territory, still going down the sideline. Will finally get spun down inside the 10. Looks like he might have even gotten close to the goal line there.
He's pretty close.
Dane Nyman looks like he's got it down to about the 3-yard line. And that is going to be let's see. Like they got him down to about the 3, so it'll be a 41-yard run for Nyman. 2 plays, 54 yards, and it's just the quarterback running on both occasions. Great job by the Panthers. Also, the offensive line doing a great job giving him a hole to run through on that one. Had all day to go. Nyman under center this time. Hands it off to Kyler Vest, and he tries to go up the middle. Not a lot of room there on that particular run. Looks like he'll get a couple on that carry. And Vest and the Panthers will be facing a second down and goal coming up here from the Cougar 2. So we'll see if the Panthers can close this drive. They've had a few moments this year where they've gotten deep into the other team's territory and they haven't finished drives. The Salem game comes to mind on that.
Yeah, they stalled out that time, but they're looking good right now.
Got to finish this one strong. Here is Nyman, handoff to Jeremy Coverdale, the fullback, and looks like he's going to be stopped short of the goal line. He'll pick up a yard here, gets down to the 1 yard line of the Cougars. So Jeremy Coverdale and the Panthers are facing a 3rd and goal down just inside the 2 yard line, just outside the 1. Cougars had a bunch of guys there in on the tackle. They'll go back to the I formation. Vessel split out to the far side or to the right. Near side is Likes. It'll be Nyman on the keeper right up the middle, and he's in. Coverdale giving him the assist from behind for the touchdown. Dane Nyman with the 1 yard sneak into the end zone, and that caps off the drive. 5 plays, 57 yards for this Corydon offense. And the Panthers counter the Cougars' opening touchdown with one of their own. And it looks like the offense, well, for a second there, it looked like they might stay out there. Nyman is the kicker for the Panthers. Is holder Cole Simpson. Cole, 6 foot 155 and a junior. The long snapper has been Jeremy Coverdale all season for this Panther team. Looking to knot this up at 7. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. And Dane Nyman puts it through the left upright and good. The Panthers counter with a touchdown of their own. A 2-minute, 20-second drive. 5 plays, 57 yards. And we are even in this Big Cat Classic postseason edition. 7-7 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the opening round of Sectional 31 here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been thinking about it, that bathroom upgrade you've always wanted. Well, what are you waiting for? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint Home, they offer cost-effective acrylic baths and showers, less invasive to install, easy to clean, and built to last. Need an ADA remodel or aging-in-place design? Jason and Carla are your local experts right here in historic downtown Corydon. Stop by their South Capitol Avenue location today or give them a call. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint Home, your local source for every project.
Come see our mom and dad.
3 minutes and 14 seconds to go here in the opening quarter, and we've had both offenses with 1 possession each, and both offenses have been able to put a touchdown on the board. 7-7 our score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Nicholas Kraft with the PAT for the Cougars. Dane Nyman finishing off his touchdown with a PAT. Great crowd, crisp autumn evening here in Ramsey on the campus of North Harrison High School. The Corydon crowd is fired up right now. The kick goes right down the middle. Landon Banks catches it on the hop at the 11-yard line, runs it up the middle, got room, got hit from the side at the 27, then finally goes down around the 30. Cole Simpson got there along with Beckett Likes, and we saw Beckett way back in week 5 when they beat Clarksville there in the second half. 5'9", 150-pound freshman. Beckett led a scoring drive on a running clock that he finished with a touchdown pass that night, so he's getting a little action on special teams. Cougars will start at their own 30-yard line, and now it's going to start getting to the point where which defense is going to be able to get the stop here in this first half.
Good football game so far. Good rivalry game.
Been well played. Hopefully it will stay that way the rest of the night, too. It got kind of chippy in that second half last time these two teams met. Had a lot of yellow flags flying around the field as the first carry right up the middle. Caden Hain with that carry goes for 3 yards up to the 33 of the Cougars, and it will be a 2nd down and 7 coming up for this North Harrison offense. That combination of Hain and Fessel proven to be a pretty good 1-2 punch out of the backfield. They'll go to the King package here. 2 lead blockers behind the right side of the line. Play clock down to 8. Game clock 2.5 minutes to go first quarter. Fessel gets the hole, bounces off one person, gets across the 40, and finally taken down from behind as David Kalis is able to bring him down from behind, gets it to the 43. It's a 10-yard carry for Bryce Fessel, and that brings up yet another North Harrison first down, and that being their 6th so far early on.
They brought him to a complete stop. He spun off and went on around and still got more yardage. He's incredible how well he can run.
Under center will go Hain this time. And he'll fake. Now he'll go option pitch. That's a new wrinkle. Fessel at the sideline. He's got Jack Fessel to beat. And he's cut off there at the 20. Wow. Finally goes down around the 17. We have not seen them run option all year. Dane Nyman had a chance to bring him down at the 22. But Dane ended up hitting Bryce and bouncing off of him. And then Bryce spun off of him. Jack Fessel had to bring him down at the 17 of the Panthers. A huge chunk play there. That's going to go for 7 plus 33, so that'll be 40 yards on that carry for Fessel on a nice little wrinkle with the option pitch.
That worked really well.
I'm telling you, we have not seen that play all year.
No, that shocked us as well as Corydon.
Landon Banks this time right up the gut, and he gets a nice carry. Pounds his way down to the 11-yard line as he runs up the right hash. We've got an injured Panther on the field, and it looks like it's one of the defensive linemen. He is face down on the turf. It's a 6-yard run for Banks on that previous carry, the junior tailback for this North Harrison football team. And now Josh Martico and his training staff come over from the opposite side as Kem Holzbach, the North Harrison athletic trainer, came out to take a look at the Panther who is down, and it looks like one of the defensive linemen. It might be Dante Chavez, actually. I thought I saw the numbers out there. So we're going to have to see what they can do for him right now as he is down on the playing surface here at Cougar Field. Of course, we are in postseason play. The losing team season comes to an end. The winning team goes on to the semifinals next week. And the winner will play the winner between Edgewood and Scottsburg. Their game getting underway here in about 8 minutes. Chavez sitting up. He is helped up to his feet, and it is Dante Chavez who was down, and he's walking without any assistance. That's a good sign, we hope. Dante has been, when he's played, he's been an impact player for Corydon Central on both sides of the line of scrimmage, but that's the one thing that Dante has struggled with is injuries over the past couple of years. Not as much this year. I think he missed maybe one game, maybe 2 all season, but he's been much more active this year than he has been in years past. So we return to action. Cougars 2nd and 4 at the 11-yard line of Corydon Central. Under center is Hain. Snap, handoff, and somehow Bryce was able to go forward on that play. Tumbles over bodies. JoJo McCarty making the stop at the 7-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard carry, and that will be enough for a North Harrison first down again after that Bryce Fessel run. It's amazing. Bryce takes hits every week, and yet he's still gone over 1,500 yards on the season and continuing the tradition of great running backs here at North Harrison. Under center goes Hain. It'll be a quarterback keeper. He'll pound his way forward. He'll get inside the 5. Looks like he'll get down right around the 2-yard line. So it's going to be short of the end zone, but not by a lot. And it'll be a 5-yard tote right up the gut for Caden Hain. So he'll get it to a 2nd down and goal at the 2. The Cougars could run one more play, or they could just let the first quarter clock run out. Play clock is 7 seconds behind the game clock, and it looks like the Cougars going to let the final 8 seconds of this first quarter run out. So we'll head to the second quarter tied at 7. 2nd and goal for North Harrison at the Corydon Central 2-yard line. Coming up on the other side of the break on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard through 1 quarter. The game is tied at 7 apiece between North Harrison and Corydon Central. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on
on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Couple of score updates from Sectional 48 in Class A. Providence and North Knox are tied at 7 right now. And then in the first quarter at Linton and Sectional 39 in Class 2A, Linton over Mitchell 14-0. Bryce Fessel gets the handoff as the team switch sides of the field. North Harrison going to Fessel, and he runs in. They give him the touchdown from 2 yards out. The referee signaling touchdown. It looked like Bryce may have been a little short there as Caleb Walden was the one who tackled him. And now the Cougars will go for the extra point as Gary Fessel, the head coach of the Cougars, talks to the head official. He's out beyond the numbers right now. Gary going to have to get back to the sideline here. The holder is Bryce Fessel. The long snapper is, well, I think it's Braylon Goris who's doing the snapping. I thought I saw him warming up earlier. Confirm that here momentarily. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle again. The extra point is good, and the Cougars' star running back has his second touchdown of the night, his 18th rushing TD of the season. He caps off a 7-play, 70-yard drive that goes from the 3-minute, 14-second marker of the first quarter. So it only took 6 seconds into this quarter. 3 minutes, 20 seconds, the time of the drive. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns so far between these two teams here in the opening round of sectional number 31. On the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 11:54 to go second quarter. It's 14-7 North Harrison after the Bryce Fessel touchdown right in the middle of the field. First Harrison Bank, proud to offer Banking Butler digital banking. You can do your banking anywhere at your own convenience on your laptop, your tablet, or your phone as well. You can check out more information at firstharrison.com or stop by your local branch for more information. So Cougars offense humming right along. We thought they played really well last week at Providence, and it's carrying over this week into this rivalry game to open sectional play.
Got Bryce for 110 yards already.
Golly, we barely played a quarter.
Yeah, he is rolling tonight.
But he does have a 40-yard run in there, too, so that certainly helped with the rushing amount there as Kraft kicks a little knuckleballer that bounces to the 25 near side. A little shimmy shake from JoJo McCarty, but he's not getting any fries with the shake, though.
he didn't get out of his footprints.
Gavin Franklin, man, what a tackle.
Wow.
That was
He's
well
right
done.
on him.
He is fired up right now as the train goes through Ramsey. Right as soon as that happened, the train whistle blew. But adds a little more to it as the Panthers will start their drive, their second of the night at the 28-yard line in their own territory, 72 yards away from the end zone. It'll be first down from there. We'll see if the Panthers can counter again. I mentioned Linton Stockton leading Mitchell 14-0. That game first quarter. That's in 2A Sectional 39. Class A Sectional 48 at Springs Valley. The Blackhawks leading Forest Park 6-0 early in that one. Shotgun formation for Nyman. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Kyler Vest gets the handoff. He's got open field across the 40. Gets dragged down short of the 45 as Colin Denton was able to get him from behind on the North Harrison tackle. But a big carry for Vest, a 16-yard run to start the drive. And just like the last drive, the Panthers get a first down on the first play.
Only had to beat 2 more guys if he got through there. He was moving.
Pretty impressive start here for the run game for this Corydon team, and they're running it out of the spread, not out of the I formation this time. They'll go back to that same look. They'll have 1 receiver split to either side. Vest in the backfield. He gets the handoff again, tries to get some leverage, but Colin Denton says, I'm ready for you this time. He brings him down for a loss. Colin Denton able to get the loss. He was the one who made the tackle last time. This one's for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 2nd and 11. Denton won his matchup handily, and Vest just had nowhere to go.
They read that one right off.
Second down and 11, ball resting on the near hash mark as the Panthers work their way from east to west or from left to right here in the second quarter. Nyman in the shotgun. He's got a quads, 4 receivers out to the far side, 1 to the near. Quick little screen out here to Jack Fessel, far side. He gets some momentum downhill into Cougar territory, spins off a tackle. Fessel's off to the races, inside the 20. See you at the house, boys. Touchdown, Jack Fessel and Corydon Central. All he had to do was get through a couple of tacklers. He broke one, and he took another one off a spin move, and he goes 57 yards on the screen pass that he takes for a touchdown. And we've got fireworks here in the first 13 and a half minutes of game time here at Cougar Field tonight. Nyman will kick the extra point. Cole Simpson will be the holder. The long snapper is Jeremy Coverdale. Try to tie this thing back up again. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. Nyman gets into it and knocks it right through the uprights for the PAT. North Harrison scores. Corydon responds. And it happens again on each team's second drive as we are tied up at 14 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 10:28 to go here in the second quarter. You're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been dreaming of that perfect outdoor space, a place to relax, entertain, and enjoy the seasons. Isn't it time to make it happen? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, they create stunning decks, patios, covered porches, and pergolas designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Jason and Carla bring professional, personalized service to homes across Southern Indiana with results you'll love for years to come. Stop by their location on South Capitol Avenue or give them a call today. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, your local source for every project.
Come and see our mom and dad.
We keep trading touchdowns here in the first 4 possessions of the game here at Cougar Field in Ramsey on the campus of North Harrison High School, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Well, told you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds. We've got them all coming through tonight. 14 all between the Cougars and the Panthers as Dallin Heyman kicks it off. And, Dawson Sent overran it. Ball bounced off. He picks it up around the 8-yard line. Is able to get some open space, breaks out a flag coming in. I think this is going to come back a little bit as Dawson got up to around the 30. I think the Cougars may have had a hold or something to that effect behind the run there, and that's going to cost them some field position, but a pretty nice return, though, all things considered. When Dawson just kind of overran it, it's like in baseball when you're trying to field a grounder and it hops a little bit. It's kind of what happened to Dawson. And the Cougars will get the illegal use of hands penalty called against them here, so that will cost them some yardage. And they will be pushed back to their own 20-yard line, so that's where they will start this drive. This will be a 10-yard penalty, the second of the night on the Cougars. 20 yards worth of penalties so far for North Harrison. They will start with 80 yards to reach the end zone, 10:17 to go here in the opening half of play, second quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, and we are tied at 14 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Under center goes Hain. He'll pitch it. He'll get it to Fessel. Bryce gets out wide, is able to get through the first wave of tacklers, but Caleb Walden came up from behind and knocked him down just short of the 30-yard line. Fessel running to the near side and is able to get to the 29. It is a 9-yard carry on the first play of this third drive of the night for North Harrison. Second down and 1 coming up.
Bryce is having a great game. That's not unusual, but he's really getting the runs in tonight.
That last drive for Corydon, 3 plays, 72 yards, and it took just 1 minute and 26 seconds to even this up. Nyman's 5th passing TD of the year, 7th reception for Jack Fessel, but man, does Bryce get loose. Looked like he was going to go down to the 35. He broke out again, gets up to the 39-yard line, so it'll be a 10-yard carry. JoJo McCarty and Caleb Walden in on the stop for the Panthers that time, but another 10 yards for Fessel, and this is the most yardage we've seen him get.
He's been virtually unstoppable tonight at times. I mean, they're doing all they can. But
his shortest drive that I have written down so far is 1 yard on that first drive. Other than that, he's been getting at least 4 or 5 every time. Here is the sneak right up the middle. A flag comes in as Hain gets stuffed right around the line of scrimmage, but let's see what the flag is. It comes from the head official behind the line of scrimmage, so you wonder if it might be a hold or a face mask. Probably going to be on the Panthers here, the way it's looking. It will be a face mask on Corydon Central, so this will cost the Panthers this time. It'll just be a 5-yard penalty, though, so not a personal foul face mask, but the ball will advance to the Cougar 45 or 44-yard line. Second penalty of the night on the Panthers. They have 10 yards worth of penalties. Both teams have been playing fairly clean football tonight.
That's what I was thinking. We've seen it where it's been pretty rough both ways on both teams, but they're playing well tonight.
They're going to the bunch formation again. Handoff to Fessel, and Bryce able to lurch forward, gets up to around the 48-yard line. As both teams go at it, Caden Coons comes out of the bottom of the pile there, as does Carson Crail. This will be a 4-yard carry. Make it 2nd down and 1 coming up here for Bryce Fessel and North Harrison. Bryce is running downhill with purpose every single time he gets the handoff tonight. He is the single back again. They go to that bunch formation, trips to the near side. Hain dropping back, looking, lobs it. Dawson Sen catches it in Panther territory, gets forced out of bounds at the 38. Jackson Likes was right there. That was a nice little play out of the Cougar playbook there. He gets up to the 37. It's a 15-yard completion from Caden Hain to Dawson Sen. That's been Caden's favorite target in the passing game this year, and that's easily a first down well into Panther territory on this play.
A lot of things we haven't seen North Harrison do for a long time, if any, and it's working well.
They've added some new wrinkles this week, and it's been effective. There's Fessel running to the right again, and this time it gets taken down from behind. Matthew Wolf, Dane Nyman come out of there. 34-yard line is where he advances. It's a 3-yard carry on the play for Bryce. 2nd and 7 coming up with 7:50 and counting here in the second quarter. We're tied at 14 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Both teams have had an answer to the other team's touchdowns here in this first half. Third drive of the first half for North Harrison. Under center goes Hain. Hands it off to Cooper Clooney, and, well, he got eaten alive quickly after a short gain. Feel bad for Cooper. He's the one you'd like to see him get out in the open field a couple of times and get some big yardage, but he's not being allowed to do that. Kalis was there on the stop for the Panthers that time from their defensive line, so Clooney gets a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up here for North Harrison. Sen will be split out to the near side as the receiver, back to the King package again. Fessel, the lone back behind Hain, who goes under center. Play clock down to 7. Caden gets the snap, hands off to Bryce, finds a hole near side. Another penalty, another face mask I think is coming. Bryce got to the 29-yard line. He's short of the first down. Picks up 4 on the carry, but it looks like there will be yardage tacked on at the end of the run because of the face mask penalty, the way it looks. Yep, personal foul face mask this time, so it will be a 15-yard penalty tacked on. That's the first big penalty that either team has had tonight. They're having a hard time getting him down, too.
Yeah. He's running phenomenally well tonight. I mean, he's always does a good job tonight. It's just exceptional.
He ran for 200 yards last week on the road at Providence, and he's run over 1,500 yards. The way he's going tonight, he'll be knocking on the door 200 yards by halftime the way he's going right now.
I've got him at 153 right now.
Go back to that bunch formation. Under center goes Hain, takes the snap, hands it off to Bryce. Fessel running near side, gets down inside the 10, and finally dragged to the ground. Caleb Walden gets there along with Zaven Kalis on the tackle. He'll get to the 8-yard line. That's a 6-yard carry for Fessel this time. And he's got the Cougars back inside the 10-yard line. They've scored both times. They've marched inside the Corydon 10 tonight. Hain Comes out of the huddle. He's got that single back, the trips formation, the bunch over to the right side this time with 3 guys stacked up. This time Caden will keep it himself on the quarterback run. He doesn't have much room to run after he crosses the line of scrimmage. Got to the 5, and they stonewalled him. Jackson Likes comes out of the bottom of the pile. There were a whole bunch of Panthers. Mason Pedigo was in on the stop as well. So it was a 3-yard gain. Makes it 3rd down and 1 at the 5 as Bryce is able to get a little closer with that 3-yard carry, but the Cougars still short of the marker there. This drive has gone over 6 minutes, over 5 minutes now for the Cougars. 5:20 and counting here in the first quarter. Play clock down to 5. Under center goes Hain. Takes the snap, hands it to Bryce, runs it to the left this time. Gets slung down at the 1. Kayla sent on the tackle again. And that'll be a 4-yard carry. First down and goal coming up here for the Cougars as Bryce is able to convert a 3rd down and 1. He may get his 3rd touchdown of the night here the way he's going right now.
It's looking likely right now.
Got the hat trick last week at Providence. He gets this touchdown. It'll be his 19th rushing touchdown of the season.
Wow.
He is. I know there are a lot of great running backs in the MSC. We see him a lot during the year, but I don't think there's any doubt he's up there among the best. Here's the snap. Guess who? Fessel runs into the end zone. Touchdown, running to the A gap or the B gap that time. And that 1-yard touchdown run on the 11th play of the drive caps it off. North Harrison is 3 for 3 on touchdowns tonight. Bryce Fessel, for the 3rd time, his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. That caps off an 11-play, 80-yard drive. And the Cougars continue to keep it humming on offense. Nicholas Kraft will be the kicker. The holder is Fessel. The long snapper is Braylon Goris. The snap a little high this time. The hold down, though, the kick up, and Kraft is 3 for 3. Doing a great job with his PATs tonight. 4:38 to go in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. And North Harrison is edged out in front of Corydon Central again, 21-14. You're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central football in the first round of Sectional 31. Right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
4:38 left here in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. And the North Harrison Cougars back out in front of the Corydon Central Panthers by a score of 21-14 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, and a drive that took 5 minutes and 50 seconds. 4:38 left here in this second quarter. Corydon Central has responded to the first 2 touchdowns. What will the Panthers do on this next drive? We'll find out here soon enough. Kraft with that knuckleballer kick gets down to the 23, almost bobbled. McCarty picks it up, and JoJo gets swallowed up again at the 28. Nicholas Kraft, incidentally, the kicker, along with Camden Tensher, in on the tackle. And then he also had Hunter Lone, the 6', 175-pound junior, on the tackle as well. So great job by the Cougars. Their kick return coverage, to say the least, looks a whole lot better this week.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Last week, Providence just got as much yardage as they wanted.
Yeah, it was a total different game from what we're seeing tonight.
Well, the Panthers going to start off in the I formation as under center goes Nyman, hands it off to Kyler Vest, and he'll pound his way across the 30. They start this drive at the 28-yard line. Nicholas Kraft is able to make the tackle there for North Harrison. That'll be a 3-yard pickup to the 31-yard line for Kyler Vest, and the Panthers, 2nd down and 7 coming up. Vest started off that last drive with a 16-yard carry, lost a yard on the next play, but fear not, Jack Fessel came back with that screen pass, took it 57 yards to the house. Nyman in the shotgun this time. One back on either side. Dane's going to keep it himself. Runs it to the left, far side of the field. Gets up to the 35 thereabouts before he's stopped. Dawson Sen closing in quickly on him there. They'll give him the 35 with the forward progress. It'll be a 4-yard carry for Dane Nyman. And make it now a 3rd down and 3 coming up here for this Corydon offense. Both teams are just executing so well on the offensive side. The defenses are just having a hard time getting angles to make stops right now.
This is a good football game.
Been well played offensively for sure. Nyman goes under center. 3:12 and counting here in the second. Takes the snap, hands it off, and it looks like the Panthers are not going to get to the first down marker. I think it was Vest, yep. Bryce Vessel closing in, leading the team in tackles coming in. This will be a 1-yard carry for Kyler Vest. 4th down and 2 coming up here for this Corydon offense, and it looks like they're going to try to go for it here. They got to get to the 38-yard line. Actually, say Vest got 2 on that carry. We'll call it 4th and a little more than a yard here, and looks like Coach Keller got a timeout right before the snap. I saw him running there at the very end. And the Panthers used the timeout with 2:31 to go in the second quarter. 4th down and a little more than a yard coming up here on the next play. The Panthers back at their own 37-yard line as North Harrison leads 21-14 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the opening round of Sectional 31 on 96.9 WKLO.
Hello, I'm Dr. Travis Hare, Chancellor at Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg. Over 40% of today's workforce is learning new skills or advancing in their careers to keep up with a changing job market. At Ivy Tech, we offer flexible 8-week sessions and over 70 programs tailored to Indiana's growing industries, helping you stay ahead. With 55% of students receiving financial aid, Ivy Tech makes education affordable and accessible. Don't wait. Visit ivytech.edu/Sellersburg and let's start crafting your perfect plan. Remember, you belong here.
2:31 remaining here in the second quarter of play. A timeout called right before the snap for the Corydon Central offense. They're facing 4th and a little more than a yard here as the Panthers line up in quads. They've got 4 receivers out to the near side or to the right, 1 receiver out to the left. Nyman in the shotgun. Going to go for it. Here's the snap, the fake. Nyman runs it up the middle. He's got the first down across the 40-yard line. A well-executed play there as Taylor receiver gets the tackle, but we've got a Panther down on the field as Nyman runs toward the sideline, and we're going to have an injury timeout here as Dane is able to get some yardage here, and it's Max Waite who is down on the playing surface here. So reset the chains for the Panthers. They get the first down run on the quarterback keeper for Nyman. It's a 5-yard carry for Dane. So he does give the Panthers a much-needed first down on this drive. 4, 5, 6. 6 first downs in the first half for the Panthers. Got the Cougars around 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 first downs in the first half for the Cougars so far. And Max being helped up, like he's having a little trouble walking under his own authority right now. He is walking very slowly. Went down in the middle of the field. He is the starting right guard for the Corydon Central offensive line. So now they're going to have to fill that gap the best they can. See what they can do here. First down and 10 at the 42. 2:26 left here in the second quarter. North Harrison 21 and 14 for Corydon Central. Dante Chavez still at right tackle. We'll see who the guard is here in just a moment. Couldn't quite catch the number, but shotgun formation for Nyman. 4 receivers out to the left, far side this time. 1 to the near side in Likes, and we've got movement up front, and it is going to cost Corydon Central. David Kalis was the one who comes in at right guard. 6'1", 270, and a junior. 5-yard penalty, false start on the Panthers. Be the fourth penalty of the night for 30 yards. And a push them back to the 37, 1st and 15 coming up here for the Panthers. Same formation, 4 receivers out to the far side or to the left, 1 to the near side. Shotgun for Nyman, takes the snap, throws the quick pitch out to Jack Fessel. He's got room up the sideline again. This time he gets taken down across the 45. He'll get a good carry out of this after the catch. I think Cooper Clooney might have been the one that got to him. That's a really nice pickup. 12 yards on that pass play to Jack. And with 1:51 to go in the second, North Harrison wants to call timeout themselves. Both teams have used a timeout. 1:51 to go here in the second. Cougars 21, Panthers 14. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
1 minute and 51 seconds remain here in this first half of play here at Cougar Field, here on the campus of North Harrison High School on a beautiful Friday night, crisp autumn night. Good night for a jacket or a hoodie, whichever your preference. 1:51 to go till halftime. 2nd down and 3 coming up for the Panthers at their own 49-yard line. They got to get at least to the North Harrison 48 for a first down. They go back to the quads again. 4 receivers near side this time. 1 out to the far side or to the left. Nyman in the shotgun, takes the snap, runs it right up the middle, and he gets hit as soon as he crosses the 50. Cooper Clooney made the initial contact there. Nicholas Kraft finished the play with a tackle, but Nyman's going to be granted forward progress. It'll be a 2-yard carry for Dane. He'll make it now 3rd down and 1, just on the Cougars side of the field at the 49-yard line. Dane Nyman having himself a good game tonight, not just through the air with the passing game, but on the ground as well. Corydon will line it up again, and Nyman, actually hands it off to Jeremy Coverdale, the fullback, and he only needed to get a yard. He got 2 on 3rd down and a yard, so up to the 47-yard line of the Cougars with the run right up the middle. First down for the Panthers. They're 7th here in the first half as we get down to the final minute of the second quarter. No huddle. 4 receivers near side. Here's the snap. Nyman throws it and
overthrow.
Just decided to throw it away, I guess. Either that or he thought somebody was supposed to run a route to the boundary. Jackson Likes watched it sail over his head.
That was way overthrown. If they
we'll say
must have been intentional.
We'll say Likes was the intended receiver. Bryce Fessel was in coverage, so if he had thrown it to Jackson, either he would have caught it and he would have been tackled pretty quickly, or the worst-case scenario, which is the interception, could have occurred there. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Back to the 4-receiver look. This is something we haven't seen much out of the Panthers all year either. Both teams throwing some new looks out there. Here's the snap. Nyman faking the screen to the near side. He's trying to climb the pocket. He throws into double coverage, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was McCarty. A late flag comes out. There were 2 guys who collided with JoJo McCarty there right around the 38-yard line, and I don't think the Cougar faithful are going to like this call coming up. This is a tight one, though.
There was one on each side, and they both ran into him sideways, and just everybody went down, all 3 of them.
I'm going to say pass interference on the Cougars.
Yeah, that was.
So that will be a costly penalty, the first one the Cougars have had tonight, the first truly costly penalty they've had. Gary Fessel just holding the hands behind his back there for a minute. Now he's, I think, asking for an explanation of the call there.
Well, they just slammed,
That should be 15 yards on the penalty, and that will give the Panthers a first down. So that's the 3rd time the Cougars have been flagged tonight, 35 yards in the penalty department. Ball up to the 32-yard line of the Cougars. First down and 10. The 8th first down of the night for Corydon Central. Nyman in the shotgun again. 4 receivers to the near side or to the right, 1 to the far. Here's the snap. Fakes the screen, throws out far side, and it's a little too wide of Jack Fessel, the intended receiver. Incomplete. And we've got a lot of whistles blowing here. I think there's a timeout. Or what do we got here? Got a flag? We have a flag down somewhere, or sure what's going on?
I didn't see it.
I don't see a flag. I thought I did there for a second. Then I looked back and realized it wasn't there, so I'm not exactly sure what took place there. It might have been the clock, actually. I think that's what it was. I think that's why they blew their whistles a lot there.
Yeah, they were definitely.
So the clock reset to 42 and a half seconds. Okay, that's what happened. Too much time ran off. It was an incomplete pass. It does stop the clock. 4 receivers near side. McCarty, Likes, Simpson. Among them, throwing it toward the sideline. I'm not sure where Dane's throwing that one. Incomplete.
There was no one even close to that ball.
So JoJo McCarty ran a route to about the 30-yard line. Ball's at the 32 of North Harrison. Jackson Likes ran a route right around the 25, and I don't know if he just thought one of those guys was going to run a seam route or what he thought, but he missed everything there again. 3rd down and 10 coming up with 37 and a half seconds to go. Ball still at the North Harrison 32-yard line. The Panthers have to at least get it to the Cougar 22. It's really the first time we've seen either offense struggle all night.
Yeah.
Again to the quads, 4 receivers out to the near side. Nyman takes the snap, drops back, throws it out the middle, wide open. Jackson Likes, turns around, Bryce Fessel can't catch him. Touchdown. The struggle is over in one play. No flags down. And that 32-yard connection, Dane Nyman to Jackson Likes for the touchdown. And just like that, the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this one up with 32.3 seconds left here in the second quarter of play here at Cougar Field. How about that? Jackson Likes was wide open right there in the middle. Bryce tried to close in and tackle him there at the end, but he was already too far gone.
Yeah, he was really, really open. There was nobody even close.
Simpson, the holder, Coverdale, the long snapper. Snap down, hold, snap a little high, hold down, kick up, and it's right between the eyes and good. 32.3 seconds to go here in the second quarter. A dramatic drive, 11 plays, 72 yards that evaporated 4 minutes and 6 seconds off the clock. Nyman with his second passing touchdown of the night and his 6th of the season. For Jackson Likes, I see how many touchdown catches he's wrangled in this year. That's his 3rd receiving touchdown. And the Cougars with 32.3 seconds left to respond as we are in a shootout right now. 21-21 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We keep it here since we are close to halftime coming up. It's our Dr. Black's Eye Associates halftime report. We'll have first half stats, of course, the summary of the scoring as well. And we'll also take a look at what else is going on around the area in sectional play tonight. All of that coming up during our Dr. Black's Eye Associates halftime report right here on 96.9 WKLO. Well, see what happens here at the last 32 seconds as Dallin Heyman comes on to kick it off. Ball picked up. Landon Banks at the 20-yard line, and he finds some room across the 35, down across the 40, gets to the 41, and Heyman, one of the tacklers there, along with Beckett Likes. And so it will be great field position for the Cougars, but what they do with it is a whole nother matter. 41-yard line is where North Harrison starts in their own territory, going west to east or from right to left. 26 and a half seconds to go. Corydon will receive the second half kickoff, by the way, just to throw that note in there as well. We don't have a score update from Scottsburg yet. The winner of this game will play the winner between Edgewood and Scottsburg. The Cougars look like they're going to take a knee to close out the first half. Caden Hain going to do that to close out the first 2 quarters of play. And North Harrison and Corydon Central are going to go to their respective areas to meet for halftime. Final 15 seconds running off the clock here in this first half, and North Harrison's not going to run another play. We're going to halftime on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We got ourselves a classic developing here in the first round of sectional. Corydon Central and North Harrison tied at 21 as the two teams head to the halftime break here at Cougar Field in Ramsey on the campus of North Harrison High School. Coming up, it's our Dr. Black's Eye Associates halftime report. We'll have first half statistics. We'll summarize the scoring between the two teams as well, and we'll update you on what else is going on around the area tonight as well. All of that coming up at the halftime break. Again, we're tied at 21 between Corydon Central and North Harrison on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Class 3A, Sectional 31, right here on 96.9 WKLO.
For more than 40 years, Dr. Black's Eye Associates remains locally owned. Whether it's your first pair of glasses, surgery, or emergency care, our doctors have you covered. See life clearly with Dr. Black's Eye Associates. Visit have2020.com.
LASIK isn't just about ditching glasses. It's about waking up with clear vision, saving time, saving money, and living life unfiltered. Schedule your LASIK consultation. Call 888-I-CARE or visit have2020.com. Dr. Black's Eye Associates. See life clearly.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
It has been a thrilling first half of play here at Cougar Field in Ramsey. The North Harrison Cougars and the Corydon Central Panthers going at it here in the first two quarters of play, and so far it has been a half of touchdowns. Both teams have had possession of the football 3 times. Well, actually, North Harrison's technically had it 4 times, but both teams have scored on their offensive possessions. North Harrison got the opening kick and took it all the way down the field there in the second quarter or the first quarter of play to start the scoring, and it's just been back and forth ever since. Whichever team can get the big stop might be the team that comes out on top tonight here in Ramsey. The score at halftime on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, we are tied at 21 between the Corydon Central Panthers and the North Harrison Cougars in the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 31. We're here at Cougar Field tonight on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. And we're glad to have you with us tonight here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on YouTube as well. Our YouTube channel is WKLO 96.9. And you can also listen to us on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. So a very exciting football game has unfolded here tonight in the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 31. It's all part of the 53rd IHSAA football state tournament. And so far, both teams playing great offense in that first half of play, as Bryce Fessel was able to get to the end zone 3 times for North Harrison to lead them in that category. And Dane Nyman has had a hand in all 3 touchdowns for the Corydon Central offense here in this first half as well. So it has been a great first half And obviously a great crowd out to witness it tonight. So hopefully we'll have more fireworks coming up in the second half as well, as these two teams continue to battle for a trip to the semifinals next week, where they will either meet the Scottsburg Warriors or the Edgewood Mustangs. If North Harrison wins, they will be traveling either to Ellettsville or to Scottsburg next week. If Corydon Central wins, they will travel to Ellettsville to take on the Edgewood Mustangs if they win. And then if the Panthers win and the Warriors win, then they will meet in Corydon next Friday night in the semifinal round. So that is where we stand right now as far as Sectional 31 goes in this first half of play. So I'm just trying to post an update here to our social media, make sure we get the word out on what's going on. 21-all is our score. Let's go through the drive summaries in the first half. We start off with North Harrison. They took over possession at their own 37-yard line and just went to chopping wood on that first drive. Bryce Fessel ended up having all but three of the carries on the drive that went 12 plays and ended up spanning 63 yards in 6 minutes and 26 seconds. Caden Hain had 2 carries for 8 yards on the drive, and Cooper Clooney got 1 tote for 2 yards on that particular opening drive for North Harrison. So 53 of the 63 yards went to Fessel on that opening drive, 6 minutes, 26 seconds off the clock as Fessel was able to pop in for an 8-yard touchdown run. The extra point, Nicholas Kraft coming in to kick the PATs tonight. He was successful on that. So with 5:34 to go in the first, we were out and running with North Harrison out to the early 7-0 lead. The Panthers would counter on their first drive, starting at their own 43-yard line. Dane Nyman with a 13-yard run on the first play. The second play, he bursted for 41 yards, getting it down to the North Harrison 4-yard line. The Panthers really had to chip away to get into the end zone from there, as Kyler Vest ran for 2 yards. Jeremy Coverdale popped forward for 1 yard, and then Nyman finishing the drive with a 1-yard touchdown. 5 plays, 57 yards in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And the Panthers had evened it up with the Nyman extra point with 3:14 to go in the first. We were tied at 7. The Cougars got it back, starting at their own 30-yard line, and they would start off with a quarterback keeper with Caden Hain for 3 yards. Bryce Fessel then ran for 10 yards on the second play. On the third play, Fessel bursted forth for his longest run of the night, a 40-yard dash that got him deep into Corydon Central territory to the 17-yard line. From there, Landon Banks with a 6-yard carry, a 4-yard carry for Fessel, then Hain for 5 on the quarterback sneak up the middle. Bryce Fessel finishing off the drive with a 2-yard touchdown dive. After that, 7 plays, 70 yards in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Fessel's rushing touchdown with Nicholas Kraft's extra point. 11:54 to go as the drive carried over into the second quarter, and North Harrison led 14-7. But Corydon would not take long to respond. They took over at their own 28. Kyler Vest with a 16-yard run to start the second drive of the contest. Vest then got taken down for a loss of 1 thanks to Colin Denton getting him strung out a little bit there on the next run. But Nyman would throw a screen pass to Jack Fessel on the very next play, and he would take it the distance, bouncing off a couple of tacklers. Fessel went 57 yards as Jack into the end zone for the 7th time this season via the pass. 3 plays, 72 yards in 1 minute and 26 seconds. The Nyman extra point tied the game at 14-all with 10:28 to go in the second quarter. But North Harrison, once again, would have the response on their side. 11 plays, 80 yards on a drive that started at the 20, featuring a pass play to Dawson Sen. Caden Hain completing a pass to him for 15 yards. Fessel started the drive with runs of 9 and 10 yards as well. But the Cougars just kind of chipped away. Bryce Fessel getting the carries and, again, getting the Cougars into the end zone with a 1-yard touchdown. 11 plays, 80 yards, 5 minutes and 50 seconds. And the Fessel rushing touchdown, his 3rd of the night. And that, with the extra point for Kraft, gave North Harrison a 21-14 lead. Corydon got off to a decent start on their next drive, had a little bit of trouble once they got into North Harrison territory. The drive did feature a 12-yard completion to Jack Fessel on a second down and that was actually a first down and 15 after a penalty. The Panthers got it to second down and 3 before getting it to 3rd and 1 on a Dane Nyman 2-yard run. Jeremy Coverdale converted the first down, and then a pass interference penalty got the Panthers down to the North Harrison 32. 3 straight incomplete passes followed after that, but then Nyman needing to convert on a 3rd down play, able to throw it over the middle and hit Jackson Likes for a 32-yard touchdown. Likes running wide open down the middle of the field, and he got in for the score, capping off an 11-play, 72-yard Panther drive that took 4 minutes and 6 seconds off the clock. The second passing touchdown for Nyman on the night, his 6th of the season, and the third pass touchdown reception for Jackson Likes on the campaign as the Panthers got on the board again. The extra point for Nyman was good to tie the game up with 32.3 seconds to go in the half. The Cougars got it back, got the kick return to their 41-yard line, and Caden Hain took the knee to close out the first half of play as the Cougars and the Panthers are deadlocked at halftime with the score 21-21 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. First round of Class 3A Sectional 31 here at Cougar Field in Ramsey. Taking a look at the additional numbers in the first half, the Panthers had 9 first downs, 12 for the Cougars in the first half, and no turnovers for either team so far. Penalties about even as far as the yardage goes. The Panthers have 4 penalties for 30 yards. The Cougars have 3 penalties for 35 yards in the first half. It was 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. Both teams scored 14 in the second quarter to get this matchup tied up at 21 apiece here at halftime. Quick score update from Warrior Field in Scottsburg. Edgewood holding their own with the Warriors thus far, tied at 7 at the end of the first quarter early on over in Scott County tonight. First time the Warriors and the Mustangs have ever met in football, so an intriguing matchup. Edgewood did not play last week. They were supposed to originally face Irvington Prep Academy, but Irvington Prep ended up shutting down for the season because of low numbers. And so Edgewood basically got a bye. They're 5-3 coming into this week. And Scottsburg, of course, 7-2. They tied for second in the Mid-Southern Conference with the Charlestown Pirates. Charlestown, incidentally, did win the matchup head-to-head in Week 6 when the two teams met down at Dutch Reese Field. So technically, Charlestown had the tiebreaker on Scottsburg, but both teams finished with a 4-2 record in conference play for the 2025 season. Of course, Brownstown Central outright won the conference title this year and went undefeated and frankly dominated the entire conference. The only team that really hung with them was Scottsburg as far as gameplay was concerned there. So most definitely a fun night of high school football. We knew it was going to be a competitive night in some ways, and got some great matchups going on all around Southern Indiana tonight as sectional play gets started. We give you a couple of score updates from other nearby sectionals as well. Class 4A Sectional 24, Heritage Hills is routing Washington 27-0 in that matchup right now. Springs Valley has really pulled ahead of Forest Park in the second quarter. Class A Sectional 48, the Blackhawks are soaring to a 30-0 lead over the Rangers. Number 1 in Class A, playing like it right now. Second quarter down in Tell City, 2A Sectional 40, Brownstown Central 21-0 over Tell City, rematch of last year's Sectional 40 championship game there. It is a walk in the park for Linton Stockton tonight. You feel bad for Mitchell because you knew when the draw came out this was probably going to be ugly. Well, guess what? It's turned out that way. 2A Sectional 39, Linton 54, Mitchell 0, and it's not even halftime up at Roy Williams Field in Linton. Second quarter down in Leopold, Perry Central hosting North Davies. That's in Class A Sectional 48. And the Cougars are hammering the Commodores right now. 24-0 is the tally that game in the second quarter as well. Close game in 3A Sectional 32. First round action out in Vincennes tonight at Inman Field. Gibson Southern 15 Vincennes Lincoln 12. So the Alices giving the Titans a run for their money as the battle of the mythological figures going at it tonight out there in Vincennes. So definitely a lot of good games going on around the area tonight, and we'll certainly keep you up to date on that as best as we possibly can. See if we can get a Bedford North Lawrence update from Class 4A Sectional number 23. BNL's at Jennings County tonight. Well, almost the same thing as last time. 42-0 at halftime. Right now, BNL was up 49-0 at halftime last time they played Jennings County at Stars Stadium back on September the 26th when those two teams last met. And see if we can get an update from the other local game there in Class 4A Sectional number 23. Dutch Reese Field, Charlestown hosting Silver Creek, and at last check in the second quarter with 2:17 to go, Patrick Murphy, News and Tribune, reporting that Charlestown is up 27-13 on Silver Creek. So Christian Grayson getting a touchdown rush there to give the Pirates a little bit of breathing room, up by 2 touchdowns in as the Highway 403 rivalry comes to the postseason for the first time ever. So certainly a lot of fun football games around the area tonight, and we got a fun one on our hands here as well. 21-21, Corydon Central and North Harrison tied at halftime here at Cougar Field on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey as we get ready to get through halftime here in the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 31. Real quick statistics in the first half. Individual rushing numbers, Dane Nyman leading the Panthers on the ground, 6 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown for Corydon Central. Kyler Vest, 5 carries, 28 yards in the first half. Jeremy Coverdale, 2 carries for 3 yards. In total, the Panthers ran the ball 13 times for 97 yards, averaging 7.5 yards per carry. Nyman was pretty good through the air for the most part in that first half. Ends up going 3 of 6 passing. Actually, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 3 of 6 passing for 101 yards in that first half. 2 completions to Jack Fessel for 69 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Likes, 1 catch, 32 yards and a touchdown. The Panthers ran 20 offensive plays for 198 yards, averaging almost 10 yards a play in that first half. For North Harrison, Bryce Fessel, 23 carries, 157 yards. He had all 3 touchdowns. Caden Hain has carried it 4 times for 16 yards. Landon Banks, 1 carry for 6 yards. Cooper Clooney with 1 carry for 2 yards in the first half. Hain completed his 1 pass to Dawson Sen for 15 yards. The Cougars have run 30 plays for 196 yards in the first half. So both teams just about even when it comes to the yardage in the first 2 quarters of play. We'll take one more break. Third quarter coming up next. We're tied at 21 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central football in the first round of Sectional 31 here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Do you know a Prosser graduate, educator, or community leader whose contributions to Prosser should be recognized? Now's your chance to honor them at the 3rd Annual Prosser Alumni Hall of Fame. These awards recognize those who have provided outstanding service, supported student growth, and contributed to Prosser's programs in our hometown. Don't wait. Visit prosseralumni.org today to learn about the 3 awards and submit your nomination before October 31st.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Getting ready to start the third quarter here at Cougar Field on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. We're tied at 21 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard between the Panthers and the Cougars, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Glad to have you with us tonight here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com, on your Alexa, and also on YouTube, WKLO 96.9. The Panthers in the road white jerseys, black letters and numbers trimmed in the old gold. Panthers medium block letters across the front of the uniform above the number, black stripe over the shoulder on both sides, black pants, old gold stripes on both sides with the black lettering Panthers, old gold helmet with the white stripe down the middle, two black stripes on both sides and the Black Panther head logo. Nicholas Kraft will kick off. And he will kick a hopper that ends up with JoJo McCarty at the 20-yard line. JoJo able to circumvent his way forward up just across the 30-yard line. The Panthers going from left to right here in the second half, or from east to west. Hunter Lone was the one who made the tackle for North Harrison, the junior at 6 foot 175. Panthers will take over in decent field position at the 31-yard line, we'll say. First down and 10. The Cougars are in the home blue uniforms, white letters and numbers, double blue stripes over the shoulders on both sides, the jersey number on the side of the shoulders, white pants, double blue stripes on either side, white helmet, blue jersey number, blue stripe down the middle. Shotgun formation for Dane Nyman. He takes the snap. He'll run it near side. He's able to get a little bit of positive yardage, runs into a pair of tacklers there as the Landon Banks was able to make the tackle along with Cooper Clooney. Ball up to the 34, a 3-yard carry for Nyman on the first offering of the second half. Tied at 21, and now Panthers get the ball first, so we'll see if they can get the lead for the first time tonight, force North Harrison to have to play catch-up.
Going to be interesting. Good football game.
Buckle up and get ready for the ride. It's been a
it's been a ride.
It's been a fun one tonight, no doubt. One receiver split out to either side. Nyman under center, I formation behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off to Kyler Vest. He gets a run off to the far side, trying to get around the corner, does just that, and it looks like he might have enough for a first down, depending on the spot, but he will be marked a little short right at the 40-yard line. Still a good run for Kyler. He'll pick up 6 on the carry. Third down and 1 is what the Panthers face on their next play. Third and a little more than a yard. Ball right, nose of the football is right there at the 40-yard line. North Harrison is 5-0 against Corydon Central all-time in sectional play. 35-18 is the all-time tally with the Cougars leading the Panthers. Here's the snap, the handoff to the up back, Coverdale, the fullback, and the big man looks like he got that first down run. He hammered it to the 42-yard line. A whole bunch of Cougars were in the middle to make the tackle. Coverdale gets 2 on the carry and a first down conversion for the Panthers to start off here in the third quarter. It is the 10th first down of the night for the Corydon offense. 10.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tied at 21 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Sectional 31, first round action tonight. And the Panthers going more to the spread formation this time. 2 backs on either side of Nyman. Takes the snap, navigates his way up the middle. He's into Cougar territory, and he's going to be close to a first down run, on first down no less. They'll give him the spot for 10 yards up to the North Harrison 48-yard line. And Dane Nyman and the Panthers get a new set of downs right away. First down and 10.
Panthers playing very well.
The offensive execution has been, I'd say, the best we've seen from Corydon all season.
I agree with that. It's been very good tonight.
It's been consistent. They really haven't made any big mistakes, and now that I've said that, we'll see if that holds up any longer, but Nyman will go under center to the I formation again. Here's the snap. He'll hand it off to Kyler Vest. He tries to find a little space there on the left side behind the line. He'll lean forward to about the 46. Maybe the 45, but they'll say the 46. It'll be a 2-yard carry. A couple of Cougars get in on the tackle there for North Harrison. So a 2-yard pickup, second down and 8 coming up at the 46 of North Harrison. Sometimes it is a little hard to tell who is who coming out of the bottom of that pile there. See if we can get another update on Scottsburg and Edgewood. That game started at 7:30. Last update still tied at 7 between the two teams down over there at Warrior Field. Here's the snap, handoff to Vest. A flag comes flying out, so this may be all for naught. And we'll see what the verdict is here. Vest got to the 43, so it would have been about a 3-yard pickup anyway, but may have been some movement up front. And, well, getting more real-time updates here on this one as Scottsburg just took a 10-7 lead with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Tucker Dorio with a 33-yard field goal that he just barely got to go over the crossbar on the left side of the upright. So Edgewood giving Scottsburg all they can handle right now in that one. Edgewood has gone 2-8 each of the last 4 seasons. 5-3 this year, a much better team. Their defense is tough, and they're going to wave off the flag. So Vest will get 3 yards on the carry here at Cougar Field as we return to action here. We're not like the professionals. We don't have the studio update you can give. We have to give them live right here. Thankfully, Jim Gordillo of the Herald Times up in Bloomington is covering that game tonight, so get more real-time updates from that. And that's a good hour and a half drive to go from Ellettsville to Scottsburg, too. One receiver to either side. Jackson Likes lined up to the near side. Jack Fessel out to the far side or to the left. Nyman on the keeper this time. He finds some room up the middle behind Jeremy Coverdale, and 3 Cougars pop out of the bottom of the pile. Colin Denton, Cooper Clooney, and also want to trying to see who else. So those were the 2 main guys there. 4th down and 1 after a run of 4 on the carry for Dane Nyman. All in Cougar territory. 4th and a yard to go. Got to get it to the 38. Vessel split out to the far side. Likes to the near side. Nyman under center eye formation behind it. They've gone to Coverdale on this play before, but Nyman's going to try to keep it up the middle, and I think if forward progress is granted, he should have enough for the first down. Braylon Goris comes out of the bottom of the pile, as does Colin Denton. He gets the yard needed, and that on 4th down, a huge conversion for this Corydon offense to pick up a first down. And notice, too, as Nyman gets that yard to the 38 of North Harrison, Panthers are kind of using the Cougars' time management strategy against them here. They're trying to keep it away from North Harrison's offense.
They're hanging on to it really well, and they're just playing very well right now. It's
Nyman in the shotgun. Oh, he tried to throw it on screen pass to Vessel on the far side. Nicholas Kraft batted it into the air, but he couldn't come away with the catch. It's incomplete. But that's the first time North Harrison has read that screen pass. Vessel has taken that screen pass for a 57-yard touchdown and a 12-yard reception. And if Nicholas Kraft had just batted the ball a little bit more up in the air instead of
he'd have had that
to one side, he may have been able to take off for a pick 6.
He was decently close the way he batted it away, but if it had went up in the air, he definitely had a chance to get it and go.
Well, here we go. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion from Nyman. Dane dropping back shotgun.
He's in trouble.
The pressure is coming to him. He throws it behind his receiver Lights and ends up throwing it right through Logan Denton's hands behind him. North Harrison almost got an interception there. And it's 3rd down and 10 coming up. Dane Nyman, almost the same place on the field the Panthers stalled out the last time they had it at the end of the second quarter.
I thought they were going to sack him the way it was going, but he got that off.
He had Aiden Childers in his face.
Yes, he was right on top of it.
And Colin Denton was trying to wrap around behind and trying to sneak attack him there to get the sack. Shotgun again, 4 receivers out to the left, 1 to the near side. Snap for Nyman. He'll drop back. Dane's got to get going here. He's going to have to turn it on. He's got a first down across the 30, the 25, and he'll take the awkward dive to the 23-yard line. So he'll easily get the first down as he gets close to the North Harrison sideline. Gary Fessel not happy with something there from the defense. 15 yards on the quarterback scramble. And that's a first down at the North Harrison 23. That is what an athletic quarterback can do for you.
That puts him at 99 yards, I think. Who got him here?
Dane Nyman approaching 100 rushing yards as a quarterback. That's awfully impressive.
That's very interesting.
And look, Bobby Sharp's a really good quarterback. He doesn't quite have that speed. Here's the snap. Dane hands it off to Kyler Vest, tries to find a hole to run through. Woo, boy, he got popped there at the end. Cooper Clooney finished him off after Landon Banks made the initial tackle. Vest running to the near side or to his right, got to the 20-yard line, 3 yards on that carry. Well, actually 4. They'll give him the 19-yard line, so Vest getting 4, 2nd down and 6 upcoming for the for the Panthers, rather. So we'll see what the Panthers have here. Jackson Like split out to the left or to the far side, to the near side, out to the right. Jack Fessel, I formation behind Nyman. Actually, they split Coverdale out as kind of like a tight end out to the left. And Nyman, this is going to be a designed run. He slips one tackle. He's able to get loose going to his left. He gets it inside the 10. He may be going to the pylon. He does. Dane Nyman with the Houdini play for a touchdown. He slipped at least 2 tackles, and it got to the point with the angle. Oh, boy, this is going to be a celebration penalty at the end. Not good for the Panthers, but, man, Dane Nyman, what a run.
That was a heck of a...
I don't know how he got away from the second tackler. And I got to the point I couldn't see him until he started running toward the end zone. He ran from the middle and ran diagonally to get to the left side on the far side of the field.
He did one really fast stutter step and then spun the other way and left everybody after that.
I didn't see the referee indicate he was down, so I thought he's still on his feet. Then I saw the top of his helmet. I saw he was still going. Unsportsmanlike penalty on the Panthers, and that's unfortunate after the touchdown. I don't know if this is going to be applied on the kickoff. Not necessary there at all. 5:56 to go, third quarter. That was a 6-minute and 4-second drive the Panthers just completed. And for the first time tonight, they have the lead. Nyman with his second rushing touchdown of the night. The penalty will be assessed on the extra point. They do count it. The unsportsmanlike came after the touchdown. So this extra point's going to be 35 yards. Dane has made a 34-yard field goal this year. So he can make this.
He got a good leg on him whenever he...
And kicking well tonight. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. He got it.
Just like a bullet.
That was easy. He could have made that from 40.
Yeah.
Goodness
He cleared
gracious.
that easy. There was no problem at all.
Dane Nyman with the long extra point after the unsportsmanlike conduct. 13 plays, 69 yards in 6 minutes and 4 seconds. The 19-yard Dane Nyman touchdown with the extra point gives the Panthers their first lead, 28-21 with 5:56 to go in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
5:56 to go here in the third quarter here at Cougar Field on the campus of North Harrison High School in the town of Ramsey. Dane Nyman with a 19-yard scramble to the end zone. And the kickoff returned for the Cougars. They get it up. Austin Sen getting it up to about the 37-yard line in Cougar territory, so that's where they will take over. First down and 10, just past the halfway point of the third quarter. 5:49 to go here in the third, and North Harrison is trailing 28-21, 63 yards away from the end zone as they start this drive. 47 degrees our current temperature as the crisp fall air has flowed into southern Indiana. Single back formation. Here is Fessel with the carry. He batters his way across the 40 and still going as far as he can. Man, He was churning. Caden Coons comes out of the bottom of the pile. Man, there are a bunch of guys there. Almost the entire Corydon defense got there. He'll be given the 44-yard line, so it'll be a 7-yard carry on the first play for the North Harrison offense here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 3 upcoming. It was a 35-yard extra point for Nyman after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So, and another run here right up the middle. Bryce Fessel with another carry. Jackson Likes getting there for the stop. It'll be a 5-yard carry and a first down for the Cougars as they convert for the first time here in the third quarter.
This has really been a good football game all the way through. I keep saying that, but this is well played on by both teams.
Well, the Cougars are just about to march into Panther territory. You just wonder, I mean, a turnover, a stop, it's going to have to come at some point as Hain keeps it right up the middle. Caden trying to pop his way forward. He gets into Panther territory and then gets pushed back after he gets to the 47. JoJo McCarty, Dante Chavez, David Kalis there on the tackle as well. Gets to the 46, actually. Excuse me, so he picks up 5. Well, let's see. Yep, 5 yards on the carry for Caden Hain. And it's 2nd and 5 with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 28-21, Corydon Central in front of North Harrison. Here's the handoff to Fessel. Oh, man, he was one tackle away from possibly breaking out for a huge gain. Dane Nyman stopped what could have been a touchdown run. That was a heck of a run there for Bryce. He gets 8, and it feels like a disappointing run as he ran to the near side because Dane Nyman grabbed him by the waist and said, "No, I'm not letting you do this to me." And he takes him down, but it's still a first down run for the Cougars, though.
He just slipped that tackle. He was gone.
He at least would have gotten probably 20 yards on that carry.
He was moving on.
Here's the snap. Guess who? Fessel on the handoff continues to power his way up to the 30-yard line, gets tripped up. Matthew Wolf was there. Elise was there as well. That's going to be up to the 29-yard line. That's a 9-yard carry. 2nd down and 1 coming up. Marcus Gresham, the PA announcer, pointing that out. Got a lot of people keeping their eyes on this game right here. This has been one of the better games around Southern Indiana tonight. And get an update on Scottsburg and Edgewood here in a moment. There's Fessel again on the handoff. He continues to burrow forward. Actually, Clooney this time. Cooper Clooney gets the carry up the middle, gets up to the 22 of Corydon Central. That'll be a 7-yard run for Cooper, and that is yet another North Harrison first down. Nathan Bird connecting with Luke Hamilton on 1st and 25, a 71-yard touchdown pass, and Scottsburg's up 17-7 with 2:36 to go in the second quarter. Handoff, Fessel running near side and able to get out of bounds at the 17. So it's a 5-yard carry for Bryce. 2nd down and medium coming up here for North Harrison. Cougars on this drive, the runs have been 7, 5, 5, 8, 9, 7, and 5. Corydon defense has got to try to figure out a way to slow them down here at some point.
North Harrison moving the ball very effective.
Both offenses have been very good tonight. Here's the handoff to Bryce. This time he runs to his right. He's got room to run. He's headed toward the pylon, and he's there. Yep. Touchdown, Bryce Fessel. Jack Fessel trying to catch him there around the 5-yard line, maybe the 7. But Bryce able to get loose as he runs in from 17 yards for the touchdown. And we are about to be tied if Nicholas Kraft can convert the extra point here.
Bryce, according to what I got, it's 208 yards.
Golly, ran for 204 last week at Providence in 4 quarters.
And 4 touchdowns.
And one more touchdown this week, too.
Golly.
That's 20 on the season now. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and I think he missed it left. Nicholas Kraft pulled the kick just outside the left upright. So, unfortunately, Nicholas missing his first PAT of the night. And now it is a 1-point contest. Corydon Central maintaining a slim lead, 28-27, 2:13 to go in the third quarter here from Cougar Field as you're listening to coverage of the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Bryce Fessel getting into the end zone for the 4th time tonight, his 20th rushing touchdown of the season. This one a 17-yard burst to the end zone, his longest of the 4 touchdown runs tonight. Unfortunately, Nicholas Kraft pulled the extra point outside the left upright, and we are now in a 1-point Corydon game. Panthers leading North Harrison 28-27 with 2:13 to go in this third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Kraft with the ground ball kick that hits a Panther, deflects off of him, and the Cougars may have recovered it. JoJo McCarty slid in to get it at the 29, but I think he lost it, and Gavin Franklin recovers it for North Harrison.
That was good hustle on his part.
He didn't give up.
Flew in there.
Wow. How about Gavin Franklin? Wow. The 6 foot, 160-pound junior may have just turned this game in North Harrison's favor. He gets it at the 27-yard line of Corydon Central, the first turnover for either team tonight. And North Harrison's in prime position to potentially get the lead back with the field position they have after that play. And the North Harrison crowd is on their feet. Here's the snap. The handoff to Fessel, got hit in the backfield and then tried to move forward, but a flag comes out. So does another flag, and the Panthers, I think, at least have one of these flags on them. Man alive. Fessel was lucky to get a yard on that play, but that's about it. And I may have been another face mask grab there. Bryce is just taking it tough here as he kind of got too close to the officials' conference there. And one of the officials was like, young man, you need to get back right now. So I think he was trying to listen in on the conversation. Face mask on Corydon. And then an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty also on the Panthers. So I'm presuming the face mask is a 5-yard penalty. It was a 1-yard run for Bryce, so that play does count.
That really hurts Corydon right now. That's
critical time for any penalty, and then you get those. So let's see what this ends up. So that's the face mask penalty. That's a 5-yarder, and then I think it'd be half the distance to the goal on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there at the end.
Ouch.
So one penalty for 5 yards. The other penalty goes half the distance for, let's say, 11 yards. So 7 penalties for 61 yards now for Corydon at the end of that. And that was just a 1-yard run for Bryce Fessel that set that up. All right, down inside the 11. Same look here. Here's the snap. Hand off to Fessel. A flag comes flying out. Bryce able to dive forward to the 5-yard line as he runs up the middle. But another flag coming down, and 2 girls in front of us here outside the press box. I think they might have thought we were in the way. The Cougars are going to get called for this penalty. It'll be a hold on North Harrison. Well, Just when he thought the Cougars might have everything going for them, then the holding penalty comes into effect. Man, oh man. Welcome to postseason football. 10-yard penalty there for North Harrison. 4 penalties now, 45 yards on the night for the Cougars. First down and 20. Well, actually, it'd have to be first down and 18. Got to take Brody Combs out, and in for him on the front line for North Harrison will be Vince Lee, 5'11", 220, and a junior. Vince will be over at right guard, I believe. Cougars going to the I formation again. Here's the snap, handoff to Fessel. He runs right up the middle, and he's able to get it down to the 13-yard line. This will be a 7-yard run for Bryce. He just continues to find yardage. No matter what happens, he is finding positive yardage every time.
216.
With 4 touchdowns to go with it.
Incredible night for him.
Single back formation, King package, 1 receiver out to the far side and send. Here's Fessel breaking through the middle on the handoff. He's in. Touchdown. Bryce Fessel, 13 yards for the score. Well, not 1, not 2, not even 3 or 4, 5 touchdown runs for Bryce Fessel, the senior tailback. And I think the Cougars are going to try to go for 2 here to get the lead back to 7.
229 yards.
Mercy.
Oh, golly.
Let's try and stop him tonight. My goodness. They will go back to the single back look again. Hain going back under center after looking at the sideline. King package run to the near side. Here's Fessel popping through. He's got the 2-point conversion after the touchdown run. Bryce Fessel and the North Harrison Cougars get into the end zone with 1:07 remaining in the third quarter, and they have the lead back. 14 unanswered for North Harrison as they lead Corydon Central 35-28 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 1 minute, 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
1 minute and 7 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Bryce Fessel runs in from 13 yards out to get the touchdown. And North Harrison the lead back. He also runs in the 2-point conversion. And the lead is back up to a touchdown for the Cougars at 35-28 over the Corydon Central Panthers in what has been a shootout here tonight at Cougar Field in Ramsey. The kickoff is a short one. It was basically an onside, and Beckett Likes, who was up front, the freshman for the Panthers, caught the ball.
That hit him right in the breadbasket. He just fell. Had to knock some of the air out of him. Boy, that was hard.
The way he's running to the sideline like nothing happened. So kudos to the kid for at least putting up a good front there.
Man, that hit hard.
You could hear the crowd here on this side, on the North Harrison side. They were even like, whoa, man. Had to feel that one.
That was point blank.
Oh, man. One thing after the other tonight. Ball will be spotted at the 49-yard line for the Panthers in their own territory, just 51 yards away from the end zone now, as they try to get this game back to a tie. Maybe they'll try to take the lead themselves. We'll see. They got to get to the end zone first. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. As Nyman, oh, man, he tried to fake the pitch.
It didn't work
to Kyler Vest, and the Cougars were wise to it. Nicholas Kraft and Aiden Childers converge. That's a loss of a yard for Nyman on that carry, the quarterback designed run, and it didn't have a chance. Second down and 11 coming up here for Dane Nyman and the offense for Corydon.
North Harrison is fired up right now.
Well, they've got the momentum now on their side.
Definitely right now. Gordon's got to show some composure and get after it here.
They won the regular season meeting 32-29. Down by a touchdown right now, 20 seconds to go in the third. Nyman in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, throws far sideline, trying to hit Likes, and I think, are they going to say incomplete? I think they said incomplete. I think they're going to, I didn't see a signal, but I think they said incomplete. I think somebody did. Yep, incomplete. Third down and 11 coming up. That was rather anticlimactic there with 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Likes had it for a second, and he might have bobbled the ball and lost it out of bounds when he was drifting toward the sideline there. That was going toward the Corydon sideline. Three receivers out to the far side. Likes is out wide in the slot. Simpson and McCarty near side. Fessel, one in the backfield behind Nyman in Vest. Here's the snap. Nyman stepping up, throwing out to Vest. He's wide open. He gets up into Cougar territory at the 40-30, breaks the tackle. He steps out of bounds right around the 23-yard line. Maybe a little sooner. They are going to say the 25 is where Vest stepped out of bounds, but great job extending the play, and a 27-yard completion to Kyler Vest up to the 25 of the Cougars with 3 seconds to go in the quarter. First down, Corydon Central. What a great job by Dane Nyman to buy time, and Kyler Vest was all by himself on the near side of the field.
That was a nice play, but they got a nice play out of it. They made something out of that really quick.
And great job by Kyler. I mean, if Vest doesn't step out of bounds, he has a real shot at the end zone there.
He really did.
Nyman in the shotgun takes the snap. He got hit in the backfield, but he slipped the tackle, and then he gets slung down as Cooper Clooney puts him on the ground at the 21-yard line right next to the sideline, and that last play will be the last of the third quarter. At the end of 3, North Harrison leading by a touchdown. It has been a great matchup here between these two rivals here in the opening round of sectional play tonight. Fourth quarter on the way. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Halftime over in Scottsburg, the Warriors leading Edgewood 17-7. That is the halftime score at Warrior Field. Meanwhile, top of the bracket in sectional 31, Owen Valley leads Madison 14-7 at halftime over at Cubs Field. Winner of that game hosts Indian Creek next week on the other side of the bracket. Meanwhile, fourth quarter here at Cougar Field as the Corydon Central Panthers face a 2nd down and 7. Dane Nyman on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to go down for a loss. Colin Denton got into the backfield and took him down for a 2-yard loss. Back to the 24-yard line, 3rd and 9 coming up here for Corydon, but every time this offense has faced this situation on 3rd down, they've responded. Now we'll see if they can respond yet again here. 11:25 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Spread formation, 4 receivers, quads out to the far side or to the right. Corydon going from left to right, or from right to left here in this fourth quarter. Nyman puts it up in the air, and it is dropped. Jack Fessel had it on the far side of the field right around the 10-yard line, but unfortunately he was not able to hold on to it. And that'll bring up 4th down. Panthers going from right to left or from west to east here in this 4th quarter. The Cougars going the opposite way, east to west or from left to right. Nyman threw that to his right or to the far sideline and tried to connect with Fessel, and usually the sure-handed Jack Fessel, unfortunately with the drop that time. It is chilly, and that does affect the way you catch it sometimes.
He just didn't get it pulled in. It went right in his hands. But
4th down, big conversion here. Nyman takes the snap, drops back, got a receiver over the middle. It's incomplete. And I think it was McCarty. Yep, it was. Nice job there. Bryce Fessel defending the play. He got there right as McCarty. The football got to McCarty, and a turnover on downs. Man, that was not a bad throw.
No.
You just got to give Bryce credit for making the play defensively there. I've asked who's going to make that big stop. Well, the Cougars definitely made a big one there.
Yeah.
So the ball resting at the 24-yard line. That drive went 7 plays, 27 yards. And it took 2 minutes and 2 seconds to complete that drive. The turnover on downs. With 11:05 to go here in the 4th quarter. Cougars already up 7. Their offense has been virtually unstoppable. And Caden Hain getting the direct snap. It looks like, man, the Cougars lucky there. It looks like they fumbled it, and Hain landed on it. Boy, that would have been a heck of a turn of the tide right there. It's a loss of a yard.
That would have been disastrous for them as far as field position and everything else. Corydon had been knocking on the door immediately.
North Harrison at their own 23-yard line, 2nd down and 11. Here's the snap back to Hain, hands it off to Fessel. Nice tackle, Zaven Kalis. Yeah. Getting him from behind right at the 26-yard line. He hung on to Bryce's ankle, and he was able to hang on just enough to get the stop. It's a 3-yard carry, 3rd down and 8 coming up here for Bryce Fessel in the Cougar offense. Man, oh man, Zaven Kalis does not want Bryce Fessel to take a run at it there.
He only had that one ankle, and he almost pulled loose. He nailed him.
Well, we've got a lot going there. Fessel. No, it's going to be Hain, and Caden Hain had nowhere to go. He was rolling out to the far side, ran a design play there, and he just had nowhere to go. The Panthers defense slammed the door shut that time. Well, this is going to be a loss on the play, actually. It'll be a loss of 4 for Caden Hain. So 4th down coming up here for North Harrison. That was a much-needed stop for the Corydon defense. All of a sudden, the defenses are starting to bow up here in this 4th quarter.
This is good football. It's been really fun to watch.
It's still intense. There's still a level of competition out there. Hain with a quick count snap. He's going to pitch it back, and there will be a punt. Bryce Fessel will punt it. And Bryce will get a little bit of a roll down to the 46 of the Panthers. Not a bad punt. All things considered, not too bad. The punt goes, 28 plus 4, so it goes 32 yards on the punt, and that will give it back to Corydon in good field position at the 47-yard line, so it's a 31-yard punt, technically, from Bryce. First time either team has punted tonight, by the way. 8:57 to go here in this 4th quarter. Still 35-27, North Harrison in front of Corydon Central. The Panther offense turned it over on downs at the North Harrison 24 last time. Let's see what they can do here. And here is a flag. Nyman not able to go anywhere. He just tries to chuck it at the last second.
He jumped.
Golly.
Looked like a jump shot.
He would have lost at least 7 on that play if he had not flung it away. But I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot in the grand scheme, because I think it's going to be a penalty here coming up on Corydon. And they're going to say chop block on Corydon Central. That's a serious penalty.
That hurts.
4 plays, and that North Harrison drive ended up netting a loss of 2 on that last drive.
Wow.
It took 2 minutes and The 8 seconds that last drive took, so turnover on downs and then the punt that went with it. That's a 15. The chop block is a 15-yard personal foul, so it will push the Panthers back to the 31 of their own in their own territory. That's their second 15-yard penalty tonight. 8 for 76 now for Corydon. 8:50 to go, fourth quarter. First down and a mile from the 31-yard line. Here's the snap to Nyman. Drops back, throws it up the far sideline. Caught. Look out. Jack Fessel's on the loose. And he's into it's JoJo McCarty, actually. He's into Cougar territory. And he's got a first down to the North Harrison 25, running the route up the sideline to put the Panthers in prime position. This will be a 44-yard pickup for McCarty on the pass play from Dane Nyman. Wow. Man, just what the Panthers had their backs against the wall facing first and 25, and then JoJo McCarty gets a 25-yard completion. Converts 25 plus 19 to get 44 on the pass catch there. One back on either side of Nyman in the shotgun. It's a designed run. Tries to find some room in the middle. Not much there, but Dane's going to get a pretty decent amount here nevertheless.
JoJo received that last pass?
Yeah, McCarty caught it. I thought it was Jag at first, but it was actually JoJo McCarty. So he gets 44 on the reception. Nyman runs for 3 on that carry. Second down and 7 coming up at the 22-yard line. We're under 8 minutes to go, 7:50 and counting here in the fourth quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 35-28 North Harrison with the advantage over Corydon Central here at Cougar Field. But we're far from done here. Shotgun for Nyman, one back on either side, takes the snap, runs it right up the middle, and he is able to navigate across the 20. Colin Denton comes out of the bottom of the pile. And it looks like he'll get to about the 18-yard line. So a 4-yard carry, third down and 3 coming up here for the Panthers. So Nyman went for 3 the first carry, then 4 on this last one. Third and 3. By the way, third quarter, sectional 40 in Class 2A, Brownstown 48, Tell City 0.
That's not a surprise.
One step closer to defending the sectional title.
Brownstown's a machine.
Tecumseh up 8-0 on South Spencer in sectional 48 at halftime. Here's the run. Nyman on the keeper. Designed quarterback run inside the 10. And Dane Nyman got it to the 6. Bryce Fessel had to run him down for the tackle, got it to the 6. So it will be, let me see here, 12 on the carry for Dane Nyman. First down and goal coming up here for the Panthers. Nyman with a great carry there. 6.5 minutes to go. Still a lot of time left in this fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 4 receivers split out to the far side. Cole Simpson out wide. JoJo McCarty next to him. Then Jackson Likes, Jack Fessel. Out to the near side is Cason Houchins. Here's the design run for Nyman up the middle. He's able to pop ahead, and they will say he dove in for the touchdown. Dane Nyman with a 6-yard dive into the end zone for the score. My goodness. Nyman and Fessel with all the touchdowns between these two teams. And that rushing touchdown with 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter caps off a Corydon drive that started at the 47 in their own territory. They had a chop block for a 15-yard penalty. Dane Nyman on to kick the extra point. Cole Simpson the holder, Jeremy Coverdale the long snapper. Here is the snap. Hold is down. It's good snap, good hold. Oh, the kick hits the right upright. It's no good.
Oh, my. It
Man.
looked like it hit a backboard. It bounced right off the side of it.
Oh, man. He couldn't do that again if he tried.
No.
35-34, the Cougars hanging on to the lead with 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31. Right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been thinking about it, that bathroom upgrade you've always wanted. Well, what are you waiting for? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, they offer cost-effective acrylic baths and showers, less invasive to install, easy to clean, and built to last. Need an ADA remodel or aging-in-place design? Jason and Carla are your local experts right here in historic downtown Corydon. Stop by their South Capitol Avenue location today or give them a call. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, your local source for every project.
Come see our mom and dad.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Well, it just continues to add up and continues to get better here at North Harrison. 35-34, North Harrison in front. 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter. Corydon Central scoring a touchdown. Dane Nyman able to get in from 6 yards out, but the extra point hit the right upright. And now Nyman going to kick this one, and it's kind of a short kick that's picked up at the 27. Landon Banks broke 2 tackles. Then he finally got taken down. Beckett Likes grabbed him from behind at the 32-yard line. 6:11 to go now in the fourth quarter, and North Harrison will take over in decent field position. They'll have about 67 yards to go to get to the end zone. Nyman has had 3 rushing touchdowns tonight for Corydon Central. He also threw for 2 other touchdowns. He's made every extra point up until the last one.
That was the weirdest thing. It hit on the outside and bounced off. Looked like a backboard shot in basketball.
Everything looked good until the kick went up. Because the snap was fine. The hold was good too, but it's just Dane must have pulled it just a slight bit to the right.
Weird.
Single back, king package. Flag comes out as the handoff goes to Bryce Fessel. He's able to earn 2 yards on this carry, but we're going to have a hold on the Cougars, and so it's going to come back. Well, I don't understand why the Cougars needed to do that, but man, this game has just had a little bit of everything, and as compelling as the first game was, this one has been a great game. It's been a classic tonight.
It is. It's been fantastic football.
So that'll be the 5th penalty on the Cougars for 55 yards. The Panthers have 8 penalties for 76 yards. Ball spotted back at the 22-yard line, first down. And 20 coming up here for the North Harrison offense. They're not typically very good when they have to play behind the chains like this. Lenton Stockton after 3 quarters hammering Mitchell 63-6 in Class 2A Sectional 39. Here's the snap, handoff goes to Fessel. Bryce trying to find some room on the near sideline. He finally gets boxed in and pushed out of bounds. Matthew Wolf was in on that play for the Panthers defensively. He'll get some of that yardage back. Gets it up to the 30-yard line, an 8-yard carry for Bryce. And 2nd down and 12 is coming up here in mere moments for this North Harrison offense. 45 degrees on a clear, crisp autumn night here on the 24th of October. And here is North Harrison single back, 3 receivers bunched out to the far side, and Fessel this time, there's nothing. The door is shut on Bryce Fessel getting a chance at a first down there. Wolf, McCarty, and Calise all get in on the stop there for the Panthers. Bryce lucky he got a yard on that play, actually. 3rd down and 11 upcoming for this North Harrison offense. 5:20 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 35-34. Cougars hanging on to a 1-point lead over the Panthers. Well, we're going to see here in a moment. North Harrison's got 3 receivers out to the near side or to the right. Fessel in the backfield. Hayne gets the snap, rolls out near side, trying to find somebody, throws it, and it's incomplete as Logan Denton was the intended receiver. He got grabbed on the play, but there's no flag, and the Cougar fans have a problem with it. I think Jack Fessel got a little bit of his jersey there. Man, he got spun. Logan did on that play. There probably could have been a penalty there. Fortunately for the Panthers, it's not. 4th down and 11 coming up. So what is North Harrison going to do? Are they going to line up the way they did last time and try the quick kick? What will they do? Well, in motion, Vessel. Oh, man, he almost got that kick blocked. It's a high punt, and it's going to take a Corydon bounce as Garrett Tucker is able to down it for the Cougars at the 48 of Corydon Central. So 4:52 to go, fourth quarter. Exciting finish on the way here, no doubt about that. 35-34 is the tally right now on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, with North Harrison in front of Corydon Central. That drive took 1 minute and 25 seconds off the clock. This has been a fun one tonight. Corydon will take over at their own 48, a little less than 5 minutes to go. Still a long way to go in this one. And to the shotgun formation goes Corydon. Here's the snap. Nyman hands it off to Kyler Vest. He'll run it up the middle, and not going to get much. He gets to the block NH in blue and white out at midfield, but that's it. And it'll be a 2-yard carry on the play. Braylon Goris was among the tacklers there. Second down and 8 coming up here for the Corydon offense. So we will see what happens here. 35-34 is the tally. Try to get an update from Scottsburg here in just a moment. Scottsburg had just kicked off. Scottsburg leading 17-7 early in the third quarter over Edgewood. The winner of this game will get the winner of that matchup. Nyman out of the shotgun, takes the snap, runs it up the middle, and he's going to have the first down into Cougar territory. Gets up to the 40 where he's leveled. Logan Denton is the one who makes the tackle. It's a 10-yard carry for Nyman, and it will be a first down. So a reset here for the Panther offense. The senior quarterback, he is putting this Panther team on his back tonight. Well, let's see here. Nyman will line it up under center this time. I formation, one back to either side. He'll take the snap, or two backs behind him as Vest bounces off on the handoff, runs it near side, running to his left. Kyler Vest gets spun down around the 31-yard line. Logan Denton again in on the stop with Bryce Fessel this time. 9 yards on the carry, second down and 1 coming up here for Kyler Vest and Corydon Central. 54 yards rushing tonight for Vest. After that carry, ball at the 31 of North Harrison, coming down to 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. I formation behind Nyman, who goes under center. One receiver to either side. Coverdale, the fullback. Vest, the running back. Here's the snap. Hand off right to the up back, and that's Coverdale, and he'll get across the 30. He'll have the first down. Nicholas Kraft to Braylon Goris, and also Bryce Fessel in on the tackle. It's a 3-yard carry for Coverdale, and that will make it a first down again here for the Panther offense. I'll just tell you straight up, folks, right now, I do not necessarily know how many first downs officially both teams have, but they're both over 15 at this point. I know that much. Nyman in the shotgun. Vest lined up to his right or to the far side. One receiver on either side of the formation. Nyman with the snap. He'll run it himself. Design quarterback keeper. Goes up near the 20 where he's finally taken to the ground. Nicholas Kraft was in on the tackle along with Taylor receiver. This will be 7 yards up to the 21-yard line for Nyman and the Panthers. Second down and 3 coming up. Dane Nyman is up to 141 rushing yards on the night. 3 rushing touchdowns. 146 and counting. Both teams have all their timeouts. Cougars 35, Panthers 34. On the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, Vest gets the handoff, somehow slipped away from the initial tackle, and he spun forward. And he should be close to the first down. Not sure he got it, though. They'll say he got 2 on that carry. Gets up to the 19-yard line or just inside the 19. And finally, a timeout is going to be called, and it's going to be North Harrison who calls the timeout with 1:26 to go in the fourth quarter. 35-34, North Harrison clinging to a 1-point lead. Corydon facing 3rd and 1 at the North Harrison 19 after the break. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The banking butler, it's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, I'm Dr. Travis Hare, Chancellor at Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg. Over 40% of today's workforce is learning new skills or advancing their careers to keep up with a changing job market. At Ivy Tech, we offer flexible 8-week sessions and over 70 programs tailored to Indiana's growing industries, helping you stay ahead. With 55% of students receiving financial aid, Ivy Tech makes education affordable and accessible. Don't wait. Visit ivytech.edu/Sellersburg and let's start crafting your perfect plan. Remember, you belong here.
Well, it'll be a loss of a yard. Kyler Vest got the last handoff, and he went back to the 20-yard line. So 4th down and 2 coming up here for the Corydon offense, and they call a timeout with 1:03 to go here in the 4th quarter. We'll stay here with it this time. Ended up playing one more commercial than was needed on that last break. 35-34 is the score. Kyler Vest loses a yard on the play back to the 20-yard line of North Harrison. He has now carried the ball 13 times for 55 yards tonight. Dane Nyman has 141 yards rushing. They add it all together with Jeremy Coverdale's 8. Panthers have run for 204 yards on the evening. And with 1:03 to go, they missed an extra point last time. That, so far, is the difference. On a night where the sectional is opening for the 53rd IHSAA Football State Tournament, Corydon Central facing 4th and 2 at the North Harrison 20-yard line. 35-34 is the score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. North Harrison up a point with 1:03 to go. 4th and 2. One back on either side of Dane Nyman. Coverdale near side, Vest far side. One receiver to either side. The direct snap to Nyman. He breaks one tackle. Can't break the second. Cooper Clooney got the stop. Nyman gets to the 20-yard line, and that's it. Turnover on downs. And North Harrison makes the stand with their defense with 57 seconds to go, up by a single point as Nyman went nowhere on that play. Cooper Clooney made the big stop, making the tackle there. And North Harrison will get the ball at their own 20-yard line with 57.1 seconds on a drive that took 3 minutes and 55 seconds to complete.
What a ball game.
It comes down to a defensive stand. Of all things, first 3 quarters defense struggled. Offenses were executing at a high level, but the defenses have made plays here in this 4th quarter. Opening round of sectional 31. The Cougars go to the ground. Corydon still has 2 timeouts remaining. This will be Bryce Fessel, I believe, on that carry. He gets up to the 25. It's a 5-yard run for Bryce. Timeout. Corydon Central will take one with them. 47.1 seconds to go. 35-34 Cougars hanging on. You're listening to North Harrison and Corydon Central football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County, they know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
47.1 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. North Harrison up a point on Corydon Central. The Panthers just used their second timeout of the half. They got one more timeout left in the chamber. The girls basketball coach, Dakota Brooks, comes by, thumbs up, smile on his face as Vessel will close the door the rest of the way. He just dives across the 30 to the 32, a 7-yard run, and that should pretty well do it right there. Panthers will call timeout. We'll stay with it right now with 41.7 seconds to go. Corydon has to use their final timeout. Sometimes it just comes down to a handful of plays. A missed extra point, unfortunately for the Panthers, is going to end up being the big difference. That and just 2 yards on fourth down when they had a chance to possibly get the lead back. They had the lead after the touchdown on the opening drive in the third quarter thanks to Dane Nyman's 19-yard run. They had to kick the extra point from 35 yards out. Nyman nailed it, came back. The Cougars came right back and scored a touchdown with Bryce Fessel. Got it back because of a miscue on the kickoff. JoJo McCarty, unfortunately, not able to catch it cleanly on the ground. He lost it. The Cougars got it back. Gavin Franklin recovered at the 27 of Corydon. 3 plays later, North Harrison's in the end zone, went for 2, got it, and they've led ever since. Hain will get the snap. He'll take the knee, and the clock will run at some point here.
It's not there. It's going.
Now the clock runs, and
not going very well there for a little bit.
I don't think there's going to be another play run here unless the officials deem it necessary. Corydon's not even lined up. North Harrison is, though. And I think they're just going to let the clock run out. That'll do it.
Wow, what a game.
It was a good one in the regular season. Corydon Central won for the first time in 11 years, but North Harrison avenges the loss in the postseason. They are going to be 6-0 all time against their county and conference rivals in sectional play as the North Harrison Cougars win to open sectional 31 tonight by a final score of 35-34 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard in a hard-fought opening round matchup here in Class 3A sectional 31. Here at Cougar Field in Ramsey on the campus of North Harrison High School. A heartbreaking loss for this Corydon team. They'll finish their season at 3-7, same record in back-to-back seasons. North Harrison improves to 4-6. And for the Cougars, they are on to the semifinal round next week. They're going to be on the road no matter what. They're either going to be headed north into Monroe County to take on the Edgewood Mustangs in Ellettsville, or they'll be going back to Warrior Field for a second time this year to take on the Scottsburg Warriors. We'll give you an update on that game and other sectional games around the area after the break. As we head into our Davis Crushstone postgame show, we'll have final stats and analysis, and we will also take a look at those other games around the area tonight as well. On the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, North Harrison hangs on for the win tonight as they advance to the next round in sectional play. The final score, 35-34. North Harrison hangs on over Corydon Central. You're listening to the Big Cat Classic in the first round of sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
You've been thinking about it, that bathroom upgrade you've always wanted. Well, what are you waiting for? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Payton Home, they offer cost-effective acrylic baths and showers, less invasive to install, easy to clean, and built to last. Need an ADA remodel or aging-in-place design? Jason and Carla are your local experts right here in historic downtown Corydon. Stop by their South Capitol Avenue location today or give them a call. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Payton Home, your local source for every project.
Mom and Dad.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
Well, we had ourselves a thriller here at Cougar Field in Ramsey tonight, here on the campus of North Harrison High School. Despite not scoring a single point in the fourth quarter, the North Harrison Cougars survive and advance, and that's the name of the game when you get into postseason play. The Cougars surviving by a single point tonight in one of the best games you will find anywhere around southern Indiana tonight. On the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, the final in the postseason edition of the Big Cat Classic. North Harrison 35, Corydon Central 34. The Cougars are on to the Sectional 31 semifinals next week. Back-to-back years advancing into that semifinal round as they are able to defeat a tough Corydon Central football team, avenging that heartbreaking loss in the regular season. The only downer for the Cougars is the trophy for the Big Cat Classic is not on the line in this postseason. That is going to stay in Corydon until next year, but the Cougars getting the win in the postseason, and a happy group from North Harrison as they get a chance to move on into the semifinal stage of the postseason here in Class 3A Sectional 31, where they'll either head to Scottsburg or Edgewood next Friday night. We welcome you to our Davis Crush Stone postgame show right here on 96.9 WKLO and streaming online at WKLO969.com. First time the Cougars have been to back-to-back semifinals since 2019 and 2020, so it's been 5 years since North Harrison has been in the semifinals in back-to-back campaigns. What a game, what a win tonight for North Harrison as they're able to hang on. It came down to a miscue on a kick return for Corydon Central and a missed extra point. Those two plays right there really end up making the ultimate difference in this one tonight. We give you an update from Scottsburg, and it's looking more and more like the Cougars are going to be facing the Warriors in a rematch next week. Scottsburg getting a touchdown. Matthew Wicke just picked off the Edgewood quarterback and took it back 84 yards for a touchdown. 2:47 left in the third quarter. Jim Gordillo at the Herald Times reporting Scottsburg is up now 31-7 on the Edgewood Mustangs. So it looks like we are headed toward a North Harrison-Scottsburg rematch of the Week 2 game back from August the 29th when the two teams played each other over there at Warrior Field. So that's what it looks like we're headed toward. The Cougars lost that game by a touchdown. So instead of the first matchup with Edgewood in 18 years, it does look like we are headed toward that collision course for an all-MSC semifinal matchup next week. Let's take a look at the final drive summary in this particular matchup, though. North Harrison got the ball to start things off at their own 37, went 12 plays, 63 yards, in 6 minutes, 26 seconds. Bryce Fessel into the end zone, 8 yards for the touchdown with 5:34 to go in the first. The Nicholas Kraft extra point made it 7-0 Cougars at that juncture. Corydon came back, though, started their first drive at the 43. 5 plays, 57 yards in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And Dane Nyman was able to get in from 1 yard for the touchdown. He made the extra point as well, tied it at 7 with 3:14 to go in the opening quarter. North Harrison's second drive went into the early portion of the second quarter, 7 plays, 70 yards. And it was Fessel for the 2-yard touchdown run. The Kraft extra point made it 14-7 with 11:54 to go in the second quarter. Corydon, though, would respond on the next drive despite losing a yard on their second play. Nyman to Jack Fessel on a screen pass that he would take 57 yards for the touchdown. 3 plays, 72-yard drive that took 1 minute and 26 seconds. Led to the Dane Nyman extra point with 10:28 to go in the second. Tied the game at 14 apiece. And then North Harrison with the response again, 11 plays, 80 yards in 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Bryce Fessel with the 1-yard touchdown From 4:38 to go, with 4:38 to go in the second, Kraft's extra point made it 21-14 Cougars at that juncture. But then Corydon would come back, 11 plays, 72 yards in 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Nyman connecting with a wide-open Jackson Likes on 3rd and long for 32-yard touchdown connection. Nyman's extra point with 32 seconds to go in the second quarter tied the game at 21. Cougars would take a knee to run out the clock there at the end of the first half. Panthers would get the ball to start the third quarter at their own 31-yard line. They would go on a 13-play, 69-yard drive that would lead to a touchdown. Highlights on the play included a 10-yard Dane Nyman run and a 15-yard Nyman run before he was able to run it up the middle, slip tackles, move his way diagonally to the left, and get in across the goal line for the touchdown. 13 plays, 69 yards in 6 minutes and 4 seconds. That rushing touchdown for Nyman with his extra point because of a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Panthers pushed the extra point back to a 35-yard try. Dane would make that with 5:56 to go in the third, and the Panthers led 28-21 at that juncture. The Cougars would be quick to respond, though. 8 plays, 63 yards on the next drive, and Bryce Fessel capping it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Kraft's extra point missed wide to the left with 2:13 to go in the third quarter. The Cougars were within a point at 28-27, but on the subsequent kickoff, Nicholas Kraft kicking that sideways football kind of hopped on the ground a little bit. The Panthers had a little bit of trouble handling it. JoJo McCarty appeared to have secured it right around the 29-yard line, but the ball got away from JoJo, and North Harrison's Gavin Franklin was able to recover the ball at the Corydon 27 on a drive that included a Corydon penalty. As Bryce Fessel was able to pop loose from 13 yards out, he got to the end zone on the third play of the drive. 3 plays, 27 yards in 1 minute and 6 seconds. The Cougars went for 2. Fessel was able to run in the 2-point conversion to give them a 35-28 lead going into the fourth quarter. Corydon would have the ball for the rest of the third quarter with the final 1 minute and 7 seconds. 7 plays, 27 yards, took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. They would turn it over on downs at the North Harrison 24. The Cougars would go 3 and out after a 4-play, 2-minute, 8-second drive. Corydon got it at their own 47 with 8:57 to go. And despite a chop block to start the drive, the Panthers overcame that, and they were able to make up for it on the next play. JoJo McCarty came open on the sideline. Nyman connected with him for a 44-yard pickup on the play that would take the Panthers all the way down to the North Harrison 25-yard line. And from there, the Panthers just kind of methodically worked their way in. Nyman went for 3 and 4 yards on the next 2 carries, then ran for 12 yards, and then he was able to go for 6 on the last play of the drive, capped it off with a touchdown. 5 plays, 53 yards in 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Nyman's 6-yard touchdown, his third rushing TD of the night, cut the lead down to 1 with 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter. But Dane would miss the extra point off the right upright, and so the Panthers found themselves down a point. They'd force another 3 and out on the next drive of the Cougars, and then Corydon taking over at their own 48-yard line on a punt that went straight up and almost straight down, it seemed, but fortunately for the Cougars, it landed right across the 50, and the Panthers started the drive. Kyler Vest, 2 yards. Nyman would run for 10, Vest for 9. Jeremy Coverdale converting a first down with a 3-yard run, then Nyman for 7 more, and then the drive stalled out from there. The next 3 plays went for a total of just 1 yard on 4th down and 2. Dane Nyman trying to run for it, running to his left or to the near side. He would be held to no gain on the play. 8 plays, 32 yards, 3 minutes, 55 seconds. The turnover on downs gave North Harrison possession at their own 20-yard line with 57 seconds to go. Bryce Fessel ran for 5 and 7 yards to get a first down, and then the Cougars were able to run out the clock from there. Caden Hain took a knee with 40 seconds to go, and the Cougars go on to survive 35-34 tonight in a thriller here in the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 31. First downs unofficially 18 apiece between the two teams tonight. The 1 turnover came on the kickoff for Corydon Central. No turnovers for the Cougars tonight. Not as many penalties this time around as there were in the first meeting. The Panthers had 8 penalties for 76 yards tonight. Compare that to 5 penalties for 55 yards. for North Harrison in this contest. Taking a look at the individual numbers tonight between the two teams. For the Panthers, their leading rusher was their quarterback, the senior Dane Nyman, 21 carries, 141 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Kyler Vest, 13 carries, 55 yards tonight. Jeremy Coverdale had 4 carries for 8 yards. The Panthers ran 38 times for 204 yards, averaging 5.36 yards per carry. And Nyman in the passing department tonight ends up only completing, it was 3 of 6 in the first half. He got 2 completions in the second half. So he goes 5 out of 13 for 172 yards in this game tonight for Corydon Central. Jack Fessel, 2 catches, 69 yards and a touchdown. JoJo McCarty had 1 reception for 44 yards. Jackson Likes, 1 catch, 32 yards and a touchdown. And then for Corydon also, Kyler Vest with 1 catch for 27 yards on the night as well. The Panthers ran 51 offensive plays for 376 yards. The offense was excellent tonight for this Corydon Central football team, just up until the 2 turnovers on downs there in the second half. For North Harrison, Bryce Fessel, 37 carries, 253 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Fessel had 253 yards. The rest of the team had 31 combined yards on the ground. Caden Haynes, 7 carries, 16 yards. Cooper Clooney, 2 carries for 9 yards. Landon Banks, 1 carry for 6 yards. The Cougars ran 47 times for 284 yards, averaged 6.04 yards per carry. Hayne, 1 pass, 1 completion, 15 yards, and that went to Dawson Sen. In total, the Cougars ran 48 plays for 299 yards tonight, as North Harrison escapes with that 35-34 victory here tonight over Corydon Central. The Cougars are on to the next round, on to the semifinals, as the Cougars look like they're going to be heading to Scottsburg. At last check, late in the third quarter, it is Scottsburg 31, Edgewood 7. That is the tally there at Warrior Field. So it looks like that's where the Cougars are going to be going next week for an all Mid-Southern Conference matchup between North Harrison and Scottsburg, a rematch of the early season game back on August 29th that the Warriors were able to win by a final score of 21-17. So that's where we are likely to be next week as far as things go right now, barring a miraculous comeback by Edgewood, but that doesn't look very likely at this point because the Warriors have just been able to put their stamp on that game, and it looks like they're going to be able to pull away and come away with the win to open sectional play. So after a wild one here tonight, we might be in for another wild one next week when we head over to Scottsburg for that matchup, all Mid-Southern Conference between the Cougars and the Warriors. We'll take one more break. We'll come back and we will wrap things up tonight here from Cougar Field. North Harrison 35-34. They hang on to beat arch rival Corydon Central here tonight in the first round of sectional play. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars football right here on 96.9, or North Harrison and Corydon Central football right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County, they know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
You've been dreaming of that perfect outdoor space, a place to relax, entertain, and enjoy the seasons. Isn't it time to make it happen? At Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, they create stunning decks, patios, covered porches, and pergolas designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Jason and Carla bring professional, personalized service to homes across Southern Indiana with results you'll love for years to come. Stop by their location on South Capitol Avenue or give them a call today. Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home, your local source for every project.
Come see our mom and dad.
Well, for the final time here tonight from Cougar Field in Ramsey, here on the campus of North Harrison High School, the North Harrison Cougars hang on to beat the Corydon Central Panthers 35-34 in the postseason edition of the Big Cat Classic. The Cougars are slipping into the semifinal round. They will be advancing into the Sectional 31 semifinals next week, and they will be taking on, in all likelihood, the Scottsburg Warriors, who have opened that game up in the second half against the Edgewood Mustangs. 17-7 was the halftime score, and at last check, it was 31-7 in favor of the Warriors on that one. So that's where we are in that contest right now. Meanwhile, over in Madison at Cubs Field, and let's see, Madison has totally turned that game around in the second half. The Cubs are up 34-14 with 9 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Joseph Stanley with a 52-yard run to the end zone. So it's looking like Madison's going to move on in the top half of the bracket. Indian Creek would be traveling to Madison next week for that semifinal matchup. So that's what it's shaping up to be right now. Meanwhile, Switzerland County beats Salem in Class 2A Sectional 40 tonight. The final there, Switzerland County 41, Salem 33. Also in the fourth quarter down in Leopold, North Davies handling Perry Central 54-6. Cougars on their way to the semifinals in Sectional 48 in Class A. 3A Sectional 32, Gibson Southern has wrested control from Vincennes Lincoln 43-12. The Titans leading the Alice's out in Vincennes right now. In Class A Sectional 47 at South Decatur, or at Eastern Green rather, Eastern Green is up 27-20 on South Decatur. Fourth quarter in Huntingburg, Southridge leads Mount Vernon 26-7. That's in Class 3A Sectional 32. Class A Sectional 48, Providence runs away in the second half, beating North Knox 41-14. The final score in that one. Brownstown goes on to roll 48-0 at Tell City. The Braves are now 10-0. They're off to the semifinals next week. They will meet the winner between Eastern Pekin and Paoli in the semifinal round. That's in Class 2A, sectional number 40, I should say, as try to look for other scores involving local teams tonight. Trying to see here, Knightstown hosting West Washington tonight. Don't have an update on that game up there as those two teams meet for the first time since 1998. That's in Class A Sectional 47, by the way. The Heritage Hills was up 42-0 on Washington at halftime. Got to think they've probably, if they haven't finished it yet, it's probably just about over at this point. So those are some of the updates. Again, Scottsburg leading Edgewood 31-7. So it looks like, and that's in the fourth quarter, so it looks like we are going to be heading to Scottsburg next week for the semifinal round of Class 3A Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO. Rematch of Week 2 where Scottsburg was able to win by a final score of 21-14. This will be the second time the two teams have met in the postseason, second time in the last 3 years. Scottsburg won the last meeting in the sectional 13-0 2 seasons ago here in Ramsey. Nathan Bird, he was able to throw for 3 touchdowns in that first meeting. 3 different receivers caught touchdown passes as well. Garrett Bowling, Matthew Wicke, and Luke Hamilton. So that was the matchup last time. Cougars found themselves down 21-7 and did get a touchdown to make the margin a little more manageable, but they were just way too far behind in that one. And so the Cougars going to try to avenge that loss just like they did this one tonight. Next week over at Warrior Field in Scottsburg on the campus of Scottsburg Middle School. That's where we'll be next week. You can tune into our Davis Crushstone pregame show starting at 6:30 next Friday night. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock from Scottsburg. Catch North Harrison football throughout the rest of the sectional right here on 96.9 WKLO. Listen on 96.9 FM. Streaming online at WKLO969.com. Streaming on the WKLO 96.9 YouTube channel. And also, you can find us on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. So as we close up shop for the night, after this thriller, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors, Harrison County Hospital, Denny's Carpet, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Indiana Home Pro, Lawyers Paint and Home, and Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, Ivy Tech Community College in Sellersburg, Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Bender Lumber, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, and Davis Crushstone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for listening to our Corydon Central and North Harrison football broadcast tonight. Once again, the final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, North Harrison 35, Corydon Central 34. The Panthers say goodbye to their seniors Dane Nyman, Jack Fessel, A.J. Lathan, Jackson Likes, Matthew Wolf, Colton Dietrich, Max Waite, as well as Andrew Jennings as well. Want to thank those guys for all their contributions to the program, and we'll see some of those guys when basketball season comes around in November as well. So the Panthers finished with a 3-7 record. The Cougars are now 4-6 as they move on, and looks like they're going to be playing at Scottsburg next Friday night. We'll join Indiana Sports Talk in Progress with Bob Lovell coming up next. We thank you for listening to our broadcast and for tuning into our postgame coverage presented by Davis Crushed Stone. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night and a great weekend from Cougar Field on the campus of North Harrison High School in the town of Ramsey. We'll be talking to you from Warrior Field on the Scottsburg Middle School campus next Friday night. Davis Crushed Stone pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7 in the semifinals of Class 3A Sectional 31 with the North Harrison Cougars and the Scottsburg Warriors. This reminder on the way out, keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. You have been listening to coverage of North Harrison and Corydon Central football in the first round of Sectional 31 right here on 96.9 WKLO.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crushed Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Ivy Tech of Sellersburg, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center, Rita's Tacos, Indiana Home Pro and Lawyers Paint and Home. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Real Country 96.9 WKLO, keeping our communities connected.